Get 'em. They insured the ships, they paid for the whips, they funded the expeditions, they paid for the trips, and they talk about genocide, they funded our Holocaust, they screaming out Mazel Tov from throwing the Molotov. Hit you in your noggin, now your yarmulke falling off. It's Yahweh or the highway, you'll be dead when the shotty spark. When the shots hit your chest, it'll burn like Bacardi Dark. Return of the Falasha, kill the white Jew imposter, because you lack the matzah to deal with my people proper. Now you gon' have to deal with this bleeping shotgun, the slumlord. The moment you see me, you know you done for. You even see my face on your TV, you better run for it. The evil Hebrew, unequal, you claim to be the chosen people. The wrath of God come to see you. No respect for Israel, you criminals set the colony. You hate me cause I'm speaking the truth, you try to silence me.
I believe in my God and in my gun. And you say, well, you don't really believe in God if you believe in the gun. I believe in God and my gun. And I pray that He will bless you to shoot straight when it's time to shoot straight. When it's time to shoot straight.
Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods, my good people. My good people. I see a lot of us are in the building already. I'm going to wait till some of y'all come on. I'm going to wait for a little bit, and we're going to get started. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm going to tell you. Matter of fact, come here for a second. Let me tell you something. Guess what? We on field nigga time. Yeah, I know. Some of y'all don't like the word nigga, but we on field nigga time. We bringing that energy today. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we on. And hey, it's a special broadcast today. I mean, sometimes you gotta take punches, but then there's other time you gotta fight back with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's that time of the day tonight. I mean, we're gonna get it in. Got some special people that we want to talk to today. We want to get in because we're bringing the truth today. And nothing but the truth. We know the truth is going to hurt some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all may fall off, may fall back. Feel free to fall back now because we're bringing the truth. This is where the truth lay. You know what I'm saying? We ain't on none of that goofy shit today. Like real talk. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get it in. So real quick, while I wait on more people to come in, I want to show you this video. You know what I'm saying? So we're just going to be in good spirits today. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to show you this video. This video was actually shot in Tulsa, right after or in between while everything was going on. You know what I mean? I want y'all to listen to the music, get a good message. Then we're going to go ahead and get it popping. All right? So let me go ahead and put that on.
Energy, I'm showing black love to you. But if you tripping, then that's just on you. Do something different. We living in so much hate. Bro, what's up with you? Hey, after you pop that nigga, ask yourself, what did you accomplish, nigga? All that betrayal from your partners, you still rocking with them. You turned yourself into a killer when you was way too little. The homies claiming they on demon time and I don't feel them. I was that nigga, I know the feeling, I know the riddle. Sometimes you gotta draw the line before you draw the pistol. I'm cutting niggas off, don't want no piss and match with you. They act like they don't feel it when you speak on black issues. They killed Nip, they killed Vaughn, we don't know who killed who. This shit ain't entertaining to me, how is it to you? They hella mad cause I wear black instead of red or blue. The type to speak on real shit, some people hate the truth. I got a black mother with black brothers, I cannot lose. We got the tools to make it do whatever we gotta do. I know you killer, but killer, you only killing you. Kill all that old energy, I'm showing black love to you. Kill all that old energy, I'm showing black love to you. And we can do this, Brody, cause I fuck with you. Back to back, we gon' have a blast and get this cash up. And if you black, you ain't gotta be mad cause we already won. Yeah, cause it's a blessing, we gon' be fine. And every time we show up, they take pictures cause we so fly. Do something different, there's so much hate. So when we come together, we gon' rep this black love game. I lost my brother, my mother cried too. I watched his wife remarry and he's a cool dude. I ain't gon' hate none, I just got my weight up. We in the building, you know it's time to pay us. Lost love in the streets where I came up. I'm from out north and it ain't never been safe here. Black queen on her shit, ain't gotta save her. Everything ain't legit, she's not a waiter. I got some shit on my mind, and I'ma say here. We all got babies to raise, so nigga take care. We chop, I'ma pop and sit my Cavassier here. I'm on the block with some knockers who make the papers. We gotta fight to keep living, and this shit ain't fair. If you ain't trying to come with us, you gotta later. We gon' do this shit real big, we big stunners. We gon' put a smile on your face, it's all love here. Remember, we kings came from nothing. We struggled, the ghetto taught us to hustle. I dream to see real niggas united. We bang on the ops if they don't like it. Kill all that old energy, I'm showing black love to you. And we can do this, Brody, cause I fuck with you. Back to back, we gon' have a blast and get this cash up. And if you black, you ain't gotta be mad, cause we already won. Yeah, cause it's a blessing, we gon' be fine. And every time we show up, they take pictures cause we so fly. Do something different, there's so much hate. So when we come together, we gon' rep this black love game.
Yeah, so that's what it is. That's what it is. All right, people. So I'm going to tell you like this. I ain't going to waste no more time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and bring our guests in today. You know what I'm saying? So first off, I just want to say this, because in this Black Power movement, you know, a lot of times we miss out on what's really real, the things that we really need. You know what I mean? So I say that because we don't often see the women in the forefront actually leading us. Now, I'm going to say, I was listening to another broadcast, and I heard a brother say, women shouldn't even have a gun. They shouldn't hold a gun. They should be doing other stuff, you know, versus they can do other stuff for the movement versus holding a gun, you know what I mean, and fighting for each one of us. And I beg to differ, because I'm going to say revolutionary or warrior, it's not gender specific at all. You know what I'm saying? So a sister could be a warrior, brother could be a warrior, even children could be warriors. You know what I'm saying? So especially in the time of war, you got to do what you got to do, and you got to protect your own. You know what I'm saying? We already have a problem with so many brothers not even protecting the sisters anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you telling them not to have a gun and at least protect themselves and the children and our future, because they literally have the portal to our future. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this sister on first. It's the sister, she's the chairman of the New Black Panther Party, local, the national chairman. That's what I'm gonna say that she is. But let me go ahead and pull her up. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you, you know, this sister right here, it's a lot of hate that's being tossed away. Now, to me, that's telling me that this is a powerful sister, because if she was irrelevant, then nobody would be talking about her. You know what I'm saying? So if she wasn't powerful, then nobody would be talking about her at all. You know what I'm saying? They're just plain point, period. You know what I'm saying? So I want to bring the sister on so she can pretty much share her story, because it's been a lot going on this whole week. Right after Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, you know, her name came up, and it was probably coming right before that. You know what I'm saying? But it just kept coming up. They throwing her name in the dirt. So it's time for this sister to really, really speak her truth. You know what I'm saying? And what's really going on. So first off, how are you doing today, sister?
Black Power, brother. OC the Great. I'm doing good. Am I coming in clear on my audio?
You coming in good.
Okay, yeah. First and foremost, I would like to thank you, in fact, salute you for being a warrior and having the integrity to reach out when you saw that these brothers were trying to attack me and giving me an opportunity to come onto your program and to be able to defend my position, but also to bring clarity as to what's truly taking place here. You see, what's going on is, what we're dealing with is the revolutionaries versus the counter-revolutionaries. Revolutionaries versus counter-revolutionaries. Revolutionaries, like myself, and other great revolutionaries whose palms we are working in, whose shoulders we are standing on, have standards, codes, morale, and an honor and a system of righteousness that we were sworn to protect and we live by. Mm-hmm. I am the national chair of the New Black Panther Party for self-defense. I was given this position in 2013. I became a member of the New Black Panther Party in 2002. Well, somebody is saying they can't hear they can't hear you. I got a text. I just got a text, so I don't know if that's the case. Am I coming in clearly?
Is she coming in clearly, family? Because I could hear her just fine. Y'all let me know if y'all can't hear us. Right, any one of us. Is it coming in clear? What's going on?
Okay.
They say they hear us fine.
Okay. Well, maybe that's that person. Okay. Well, here we go. As I was saying, I was given this post of national chair in 2013. I came into the New Black Panther Party in 2002. I met the New Black Panther Party for the first time directly in 2002 at the reparations indaba that took place in Houston, Texas, at the Shrine of the Black Madonna and at Texas Southern University. Indaba means the big sit down. So when all of the groups, it's a Kiswahili word for the big sit down. When all of the tribes and tribe leaders would come and sit down. But there was a major indaba that took place in 2002 in Houston, Texas, at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. And at the time, I was a member of the Nation of Islam, as well as the National Black United Front. And for the record, I have never been put out of any organization that I've been a part of, the Nation of Islam or the National Black United Front. I would say that as a revolutionary, I have evolved. I started in the 1990s, coming to my consciousness at Texas Southern University. I met many great people, and I did a lot of reading. But my family was always a pro-Black family. My grandparents, who were very instrumental to me in my life, they grew up in a time of blatant segregation and racism in Louisiana. In fact, my grandmother's mother, she was killed by the Klan. She was drugged to death and set on alongside the gas station when my grandmother was 9 years old. And my grandmother was the youngest of 12 children. So I learned as a child about racism. My great grandmother was done just like James Byrd. So for these coon-ass niggas to be playing pseudo-revolutionaries and working for these white people, walking around all tough and talking shit about me, well, I want to say this. Every last one of them brothers that's talking shit about me was under our formation. Let's start right there.
So hold on.
Let me start right there. And in the New Black Panther Party, we have rules and regulations, duties of a Panther, warrior code, officer agreements, ethics, code of a soldier. Mm-hmm. So we have all kind of laws and codes in place to self-check, but also to make sure that anyone amongst the ranks is not corrupted and is doing the liberation work of our people. Mm-hmm. Before I came into the New Black Panther Party in 1993, I was at Texas Southern University. I had just started coming into my consciousness around 91. I started going to the Nation of Islam. I was going to the Black United Front, Shrine of Black Madonna, anywhere that I could find knowledge. I was like, seeking knowledge like a sponge, reading everything. The first book I read to wake me up was the autobiography of Malcolm X. Then I read the book about Assata. It was on from then. I read George Jackson's books, Soul Dad Brothers, Emory, Eldridge Cleaver. I always honored and loved the Black Panthers before I even became a Black Panther. Yeah. And doing my work for death penalty abolition is what I started my first activism in. In high school, I was always pro-Black. In high school, I got my high school, which is Yates, to do a Black history competition with Phyllis Wheatley, where we would battle on Black history, on the knowledge. We would do a knowledge bowl. So like I said, I've always been pro-Black, but as far as coming to my consciousness, I came into my consciousness in the 90s. And that was after being involved in, I did a lot of social justice work while I was in the National Black United Front. That was the organization that taught, when we got out and, went to the state capitol or city council and was bucking these, these racist white folks about injustice. Well, when I was first at Texas Southern, I initially went to become an attorney. But when I started working for some Black attorneys and started going down to the courthouse, I started with nothing but a slave trade. It was so many, Delta hitting on. He wanted Kendrick. There's a brother named Kendrick. A few people asking about joining. Y'all got the link. Send it in. OCTheGreat will bring y'all in when it's the right time. But most definitely Delta Black Power. When I was at Texas Southern, I met Kwame Ture. He came on campus. And that was the first time I heard about the Black Panthers. Because we didn't learn about Black Panthers in high school, mind you. When we was doing Black history competition, it was like on Martin Luther King and civil rights and the first Black this and the first Black that.
Right.
But my revolutionary knowledge woke up when Kwame Ture came on campus. Then Maireya Obadeli came on campus. And that's when we learned about reparations. Maireya Obadeli was working with Cobra, and he was a professor at Prairie View. So myself and some other students would leave TSU and go sit and learn under him at Prairie View. So I've always been a person that not only wanted to fight for reparations, but believed in reparations. And it's going to get into what happened leading up into Tulsa. It's going to all tie in. I met the Panthers at a reparations forum in Houston. I had seen them before because doing death penalty abolition work, this is the first time I learned about the power of the people and protesting and bucking the system, because there was a case about a brother named Gary Graham at the time. He was set to be executed in Houston. He was from 5th Ward. And I found out, I was looking into his case, and it was the Black United Front that was covering his case. And I was a wannabe getting ready to be law student. And I was still an undergraduate, but I was looking into the case, and then I realized, I found out that in Texas and in the South, you get executed because you're poor, but most of the time because you're Black. But I also learned that it was a carryover from lynching, in which the state took over the lynching process instead of individual vigilantes. So I realized how racist it was. So I go back to the law firm, and I'm talking to these Black lawyers about this racism with this death penalty. And mind you, we steady going to the courthouse. It would be a line around the whole courthouse. Every morning, Black people and Mexican people, mostly Black, going to jail. And I couldn't understand why it was all these Black lawyers, and I know about all this corruption, but we would be going before all these white-ass judges and all these white-ass DAs. And they were sending my people, you know what I'm saying, left and right, to the jails, and these lawyers were with that. And I remember one day it was a demonstration for Gary Graham, and I was at the law firm, and that morning, the sister wanted me to tell one family, because they didn't have their money, that she wasn't in. I'm talking about the attorney, the Black attorney that I worked for. She was in the back office, but she wanted me to tell these people that she wasn't in because they didn't have all their money. And I'm noticing they had to pay most of their money. So it kind of pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? So I refused to go out there and tell her. You know what I'm saying? So I left and went on lunch breaks. I went from a lot of these people. The lady sitting there crying to me, about trying to talk to the attorney. This is a Black law firm. So I left out. I left. I went to the demonstration. I wanted to go to the demonstration. I came back from lunch. The attorneys had berated me for not telling the lady that she wasn't there, wanted me to lie. I just didn't have the demeanor to do it. So they had a stack up about this tall of books that they wanted me to get case law out of. And it was a demonstration going on. I said, you know what? Fuck this shit. I ain't gonna do this shit. I'm not gonna go down there and kiss ass to these DAs, because I'm gonna go to jail for contempt of court. I couldn't bring myself to lying to people just trying to get their money, which these lawyers do. They get your money, they act like they're gonna help you, and they plea out 99 to 90% of the cases instead of fighting. I was told that even at the courthouse, if everybody pleaded not guilty, it would break the system. So even as a young, in my 20s, when I had the opportunity, I couldn't conform to what the system was about just for money. I knew that I would be a revolutionary. So that's how convicted I have been and will be. So I'm not gonna bite my tongue to no Negro or no cracker.
Okay.
You know, I could have been a petty bourgeois Negro and sold our people out and got rich dealing with this corporate environment that we live in. I chose to be a freedom fighter. I found other ways of being an investor in real estate and other things to be self-sufficient. Because I knew I wanted to be a free person. When I walked out that law firm in 1996, I decided to be a free person. And that gives me the freedom to go and check these crackers, police departments, when they commit ethnic cleansing and genocide on our people. To go to these DA's offices, to the governor's mansion, to the city halls across America, in Texas, in Louisiana, in Mississippi, in Alabama, in Florida, in Georgia, in New Jersey, in New York, in all the places, in Minneapolis, all the places we have had to go out of our volunteer time, because we are volunteer freedom fighters in the New Black Panther Party. We're not getting no George Soros money. We're not getting no corporate endorsement. We literally come out of our pocket to make these maneuvers take place. And that is why the government and their cronies have a problem with New Black Panther Party under this formation and Sister Krystal Muhammad. But this is how we've been getting down.
Let's speak on that. Now, you said this formation. Now, there was a rip when it comes to the New Black Panther Party, you know. So some people went over to you, some people went over to Hashim Nzinga. How did that even happen?
Well, in 2002, when I joined the New Black Panther Party, Malik Zulu Shabazz was the chair. The New Black Panther Party was started in Dallas, Texas, by Brother Aaron Michaels, Captain David Foreman, and several other people. When they started the New Black Panther Party, they were working with, I think it was a few other chapters around, but it was mostly Dallas, and I think Milwaukee was a couple other places. And they started the chapter to deal with the crack epidemic that was going on in Dallas, Texas. And coincidentally, or maybe not, this was the same year that Huey P. Newton was murdered. And we don't believe what they say, how he was murdered. We believe that's a part of the counterintelligence to try to slander his name.
Exactly.
The party was started in Dallas, but I officially joined in 2002. But what takes me back to the Gary Graham cases in the year 2000, when we were working on the Gary Graham's case, we stopped his execution. I'm saying the people, political agitation, bucking the system, shutting down the state capitol. We even got a part. He got a pardon from the governor. We did agitation in the street with the people. This is before I was in the Nation or the Black Panthers. I was in the Black United Front then. And I saw the power of the people. We stopped his execution 5 times from 1993 until 2000, until George Bush became the governor. And when George Bush became the governor, he used the execution of Gary Graham, who changed his name to Shaka Sankofa, to catapult himself to the presidency because he came against the people, the black people. So I'm saying this. I was already an activist before I even became a part of the New Black Panther Party. I've been organizing as an activist since 93 until 2002. I started going to the Nation. I was going there for years before I actually got registered. I was learning, I love the knowledge. I love the speech. It helped to discipline me, because I was still doing, street stuff, throwing shows, different things, to get money, but, it was still pro-black. So the Nation got me all the way on straight. I needed that discipline. But when I met the party in 2002, I had first saw them in 2000 when Shaka Sankofa was getting executed. I saw the brothers with the guns in Huntsville. And I said, wow, I've been wanting to find out where they were, because in 1998, when Dr. Khaled left the Nation and went to become the chair of the New Black Panther Party, Dr. Khaled had came to Houston and spoke on the fact that he'd been building with some brothers in Dallas. So after Dr. Khaled passed away, I never got to meet Dr. Khaled as a Panther, but he was our supreme commander, our supreme captain when I was in the nation. So when Dr. Khaled passed away in 2000, I had already heard about the Panthers. But in 2002 is when I first met them face to face. And Malik, Hashim came down, but it was all these brothers from Dallas was there. So they asked me to be the chair of Houston. I'd already been known for my work in Houston. I took that role on. I trained in Dallas constantly under the founding chapter. Now, mind you, when Dr. Khaled was murdered, they say it was a brain aneurysm, but we believe he was poisoned.
We know so. Yeah.
We believe he was poisoned. It was Dr. Khaled, it was the nation, it was the Panthers. Dr. Khaled went to Dallas, and the Dallas founding chapter made him the chair. When Dr. Khaled passed, Malik came down to Dallas, and the Dallas Captain David Foreman appointed him chair. So when I came into the party in 2002, Malik Zulu Shabazz was our chair. Malik asked me to be the chair of Houston. I did that. I was the Houston chair for years. I'm a native of New Orleans, however, so I've always gone back and forth between New Orleans and Houston my whole life. All right, so we were doing work in our region between Louisiana and Texas. So Brother Ward Williams was a Southern regional rep in Dallas, one of the people that I was training us. He was getting ready to move to Atlanta. He appointed me to be Southern regional rep. So I had two posts, Houston chair, Southern regional rep. So I would get the party. We would move around the region. We hit Louisiana. Most of it was hitting Louisiana and Texas. All right. Then Brother Malik, one of the biggest demonstrations we had and helped set out was the Gina. We did search and rescue in Katrina, because I had family that was missing. We had our chair lady in Houston was missing. We did search and rescue in Katrina. That's when we decided, after doing the search and rescue, then we did disaster assistance to Haiti when the earthquake hit. That's when we decided to start the Black Cross. It was a form, Captain David, some of the brothers out of Dallas and the chapter out of Houston. We started the Black Cross to do disaster assistance. That's our humanitarian arm of the new Black Panther Party. Well, in 2013, out the blue, Malik in October said he was quitting. We had a lot of things that was going on. We would be checking that was going on. It was seeming like it was a lot of chapters was having problems. And, being that the Southern region was the founding region, everybody would run to us about what was going on. And we would bring it up. We would, bring it up. We would, call for hearings and things about that again to the national, which was at the time was Malik and Hashim and Najee and a few people. Most of the stuff people were complaining about would be about exploitation of the sisters, money misappropriation. It was even a big deal about we lost the whole Chicago chapter when Malik went against Chairman Fred Jr. when he was trying to get the street that his dad was murdered on, named after his dad. Malik went against him and went with petty bourgeois Negroes who didn't want the name change. That's when we lost the Chicago chapter. It was a lot of stuff like that started happening. We would be filing grievances about it, but we never went public about it. It was so many things, but we were basically just trying to make sure that the code of conduct, that the rules were to be in place. And mind you, I was a Southern regional rep, so I was the one presenting it, having to challenge and present what was going on. A lot of disciplinary things that we would deal with, besides the things of freedom fighting that we would be dealing with. So from 2002 to 2013, I held two posts, local chair, then Southern regional rep. When Malik decided to quit in 2013, it was me that he called to get all of the chapters and officers on the phone. And this was, mind you, this is right when we were getting ready to have our national summit in Atlanta. So I pleaded with the brother not to do that, to quit on the conference thing, to wait to the summit. He didn't. Whatever reason why he was so pressed, he quit on the call. And that was that. We said we're going to move forward with our summit. We moved forward with our summit. I forgot. Let me go back. When Dr. Colley died, it was Captain David in the Dallas chapter that Malik came to and asked to be the chair. The party went without a chair for 1 year straight after Colley died. And he went to Dallas, the founding chapter, and was given permission to chair. Fast forward to 2013 when he quits. And he said he was abandoning he was quitting. He said he didn't want to be said that he quit. He wanted to be said that he served his tenure, whatever. And we moved forward to do the summit, to elect who was going to be the new chair. He disbanded his central committee. He went through the gamut of what was wrong with the different people he had on the central committee and why he felt that we should have an election and for the party to select the new leadership. As we started moving towards that, all of a sudden, a week or two later, it was the 6th when he quit. I think it was like the 16th or something. He went on the radio and said he was calling off the election and that he was declaring martial law on the party. He appointed Hashim. Okay. The problem with that is he had no power to do that because he quit. You don't abandon your post and come back and say, I declare martial law on the party, blah, blah, blah. This is what caused the first split, the main split. And since then, we knew that what happened in the 1960s, if anybody is familiar with the Black Panther Party history, in the 60s, there was an ideological difference, and there was a split between the West Coast Panthers and the East Coast Panthers. And there were Black Panthers who lost their lives in that West Coast, East Coast split. And we said, in the new Black Panther Party, we would not let history repeat itself. Hashim, everybody that wanted to go with Hashim, that martial law regime, they could go at it. Everybody that went under the regime, the formation that we was under. Now, mind you, at the summit in Atlanta, it was Captain David Foreman, the founder, who nominated me to take the post. And then I was elected by the majority, by everybody that was there. Wasn't nobody who didn't. In fact, I didn't even ask for the post. I was appointed and nominated. Not all the three posts that I've had, I was asked to do it. I didn't jockey and lobby for it. I wasn't seeking no position. I was simply doing the work of Black liberation. Which fast forwarded to these dudes. All of these dudes came to me. Yochanan, Amun, AJ, came to our formation. Fuji was already in the party. I mean, Babu was Fuji. Babu was already in the party. They was in the party before I came in. Yet I was appointed to be the Southern Regional Rep, and we had no problem, so I thought. But there has been a consistent effort to try to. I have been targeted by multiple coups, a coup d'etat, where they would try to underthrow my leadership. And I must say that Babu has conducted several of these type of disruptive things. He did it when we was all still one in Dallas, when something didn't go his way. They started the 52nd Street chapter. In fact, as I recall, that was when I became the Southern Regional Rep, and Osiris was appointed chair by Ward Williams. It's a common fact, it's common players in what's been going on. Now, Babu is the same person that has been going and leading the charge on these latest attacks against me. Now, Babu was not put out. Babu basically faded back. He started doing Huey P. Newton Gun Club. No, he started doing the People's Party. That was another attempted coup. That's what they did. But when they did the People's Party, prior to them starting the People's Party, which is a formation that was the first formation that was formed in protest to me, discipline individuals that were trying to take me out of pocket. Yochanan and another brother named Vincent was kicked out the Houston chapter. They've been having secret meetings. And the brother, I was told, I didn't hear from him directly, but I was told that Yochanan said that a sister was not supposed to be in the lead under some pretense of his Hebrew spirituality.
Okay.
There were other brothers who were saying that I shouldn't be in the lead or be the chair that was Muslim. They started going into the Hadith. See, this is the misogyny and the patriarchy that's been going on.
Mm.
And this dude, Babu, is talking about beating the shit out of me and slapping the fuck out of me. What? Bruh, why are you talking all this tough talk on Facebook? That's something else I want to play. And then you go into Hawker Show and talk about how we used to be together. Dude, what kind of honor, what kind of man are you?
I got the clips.
Yeah, I want to play clips, but I want to just say, you know, and why y'all talking all this shit about me? Why the fuck y'all ain't been in the battlefield with us? See, that's the problem. We be literally on the battlefild, dealing with these pigs head to head. And they so fucking scary. Babu, man, I can bring comments on here to tell you when they was doing an armed patrol and the pigs came and he threw his gun under the car. You want to be talking about you threw your guns under the car and the police came. But y'all want to be talking shit about me.
So I'm gonna tell you, because there was a time where I joined the new Black Panther Party, and when I first came to St. Louis, I heard a lot about you. I didn't even know who you was, what you looked like, but it was always something negative, like, oh, she's trying to tear things apart, she's trying to do this and that. But the one thing that they couldn't say is that you're not actually doing the work. You know what I'm saying? So they never say anything about she's a coon, she's this and that. They always to me it just kind of felt like they was hating, you know what I'm saying, on what you was doing, you being a woman. Now, like, real quick, because I want to play something, because you mentioned like not letting history repeat itself. Now, this actually was in a Panther movie. I'm just going to play this quick clip because I'm seeing a lot of this actually in different movements, you know, with the Panthers or whatever movements, you know, that's going on with the black people, the black movement. So let me go ahead and play this quick clip. And it just shows what was kind of going on back then and kind of still going on today. You know what I mean? So
Alma, I don't think...
What you mean? I'm black, ain't I? I care about improving the plight of my people just like you, don't I? Or you figure oppression stops at that thing dangling in between your legs.
Check this out, man.
Hey, I'm with you, sister, but...
But nothing. We want full-fledged membership in the Black Panther Party. And none of that okay sugar, as long as you play the background, getting my beer and rubbing my feet bullshit either. You dig?
My beautiful black sisters, as long as you're down with the 10-point program, sign up.
Like moms would say.
So that's just a quick clip. I just wanted to show that because I feel like that's exactly what's going on now. I'm in the background. I'm always looking at things, you know what I'm saying? So even being a part of the Panthers, I see things, you know. So I'm seeing some of the sisters that actually got these different positions, but they still play the background. So it doesn't matter, like some of the sisters, they have like chief of staffs, these many different generals, but they play the background. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they secretaries, you know. So it's put in a way where they're not actually out there and in front, actually speaking as a general, like some of the other brothers are doing. You rarely even see any woman at all when it comes to these movements. Like literally, Krystal Muhammad is the only one that I have been seeing, especially when it comes to the Panther movements and formations. You know what I'm saying? So, and I really feel like nobody could really talk shit about her work and what she's actually pushed forward. You know, I really feel it really feels like it's straight hate. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we have the clips whenever you want to pay the different clips. Man, It's
the work. It's the work that they really have a problem with. The smoke screen is to hide behind. You don't want to follow a woman because here we go. I'm a woman. Every last one of you came from a woman. Everybody on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So come on with that silly shit. You don't do that. I'm your woman stuff from your mama and your grandma and your sisters and your daughters. You know you don't. You're doing that with your machismo. You're trying to do some kind of showing up to, who knows, patriarchal ideology. It doesn't matter. But the real deal is the work that we do. Because, see, we going face to face with the fucking police. Not walking side by side or the police talking about, come on, boys. Come on now, it's clear. You can go this way, you can't go that way. It's the revolutionary stance that we're taking in the new Black Panther Party. The only people got problems with the new Black Panther Party are the police, the government, and those motherfuckers that stand something to lose or something to gain in the fall of the new Black Panther Party, the Black Panther Party to be exact, because we uphold the same political ideology of the Black Panther Party.
Yeah.
The only thing about us, to keep it 100, we don't fuck with them crackers. And people have a problem with that. The two things that people have a problem with the new Black Panther Party is that we don't fuck with them crackers. We don't take gays into our organization. See, those two are principles that everybody is they scared to deal with. We're not. We don't take money from the white man. 99.9% of these organizations are being funded by the white man. We will not work with the government. It's the fact, how are you going to work with the people that you are challenging? See, this is revolutionary versus counter-revolutionary. How are you going to go to the white man? See, this is why, I'm going to just say, this is why Biden was so confident to go into Tulsa days after we left and give the fuck you finger to reparations. Because the cracker was watching. While you people who are coordinating something that's supposed to be for our ancestors, what kind of people are you to be representing our ancestors and you are grown men attacking a woman? What kind of code are you? What kind of niggas is y'all? That doesn't happen nowhere.
Yeah.
It don't happen on the streets. Panther code or not. What kind of men see another man tell me he gonna beat the fuck out of a sister and slap the shit out of a sister and y'all Neanderthaling with it?
Yeah.
And only a few men have stepped up and said fuck that. And our Black Power salute them.
Yeah. And with that said,
the rest of y'all, this is the reason why the white man can do us the way they do us. If you don't have no respect, if you with the pimping and exploiting women, then they think it's okay for them to do it. So you doing Willie Lynch's fucking job. But the real brothers and the real sisters, we don't go that man against woman. I'm not no damn feminist. I'm a Black nationalist. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I believe in my yacht. Man, woman, child, Black nation. It's a simple-minded person that wants to put men against women and women against men. You are doing the work of the cracker. That's the motherfucker that's in the cave mentality. See, the cracker did not want to reproduce. That's how come the European culture is so gay and so patriarchal. Because as long as they are butt plugging, they won't reproduce. If they being pedophiles, they won't reproduce. That's the culture of the European. The European had a problem with women, not our Black culture. We are fruitful and multiply. Look at the cultures around the planet. We had men and women and child together. It was the European mind state that these people are following.
That's a fact.
That is not we are kings and queens and gods. You are God, I'm a God. It is only the work of Shaitan, a lowly one, who would talk such language about beating down a woman and co-sign other men that say they're going to beat down a woman. And then you go on a show of a man to Hawker Bay who has beaten women. He has 11 domestic violence cases. to Hawker Bay cases. That means he was arrested 11 times. So, that's not saying how many times something can happen. 11 domestic violence cases.
So you saying that?
All y'all teaming up on the same show?
Can you prove that?
I can prove it.
Okay.
You got the rap sheet.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't make his name. His government name, to Hawker Bay, government's name is Toronto Johnson of Baltimore, Maryland.
So you have some good receipts, is what you're saying?
I have the receipts. Can we pull them up? I mean, everything I'm saying, I can back up.
We can pull them up, but just a second, because I want to go ahead and bring the revolutionaries that's behind you, that's supporting you, they got your back no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and bring these ladies and gentlemen in. So
Black Power.
Black Power, brother. And
Jennifer Trail, Black Power.
Yep. Then we got
Sister Patrcia, Black Power.
And we got my brother in the building, General Delta.
Delta, Black Power.
Oh,
honor, man, what it is.
And National Chief of Staff, Brother Katib, Black Power.
Black Power. Black Power.
Black Power. Yeah. This is a major lineup. You got with OC the Great.
I see.
And let me, if you don't mind, I'm gonna tell you about Sister Patrcia and Brother Maireya. All of these comrades, National Chief of Staff, Brother Katib Siddiq, Young Gun, he came into this party out of Atlanta. He now resides in Houston. And I was talking about our foreman, and as a revolutionary to always be looking for and training your replacement. This roster we got right here. Sister Patrcia, Brother Maireya, Brother Katib, and Delta. These are some tried and true comrades. You know, Brother Maireya and Sister Patrcia, I sold with Brother Maireya on many maneuvers in Texas, in Mississippi, dealing with these lynchings, and in Houston. They'll tell you, Sister Patrcia will tell you, Babu attacked her. Talk so crazy about her. And my Brother Maireya, simply because they wouldn't let a pig in their formation. They'll tell you. General Delta has been our ally. We met Delta at the impact maneuver in Louisville, the first Louisville maneuver. And we saw the stuff that was going on with the pigs then, to be quite honest. And we was like, this is some weird shit. I never seen in all my years in the movement where the pigs was involved in what we was doing. That was strange. And so what I want to bring to the table is, if this is not by coincidence, the attack on me, the attack on the party, these people playing games and collaborate with the police. See, this is how puppet regimes are put in place in Africa, where you have colonialists are able to stay in power by having neocolonialists in place. We have to uphold standards and policies as freedom fighters. Either you're going to stand with the people or you're going to stand with the pig. You can't do both. Are you for us or you riding the fence?
Straight up.
And then the brother, I don't know if he's chiming on, Brother Travis, he's also in the Southern region with the Southern region formation. They were the ones who wanted the reason why we came to Tulsa. You know, honestly, we wasn't gonna go because I was like, man, these boys be hating so much. You know,
they say he was gonna sabotage the whole thing.
Why would we sabotage the whole thing? That was, you know, that statement came about after Babu told us that AJ and Talib was gonna surround us with guns. So it sounds like to me that they were the ones trying to sabotage. And you decided to go with those brothers who made threats instead of checking those brothers. And once we had already committed to going to Tulsa and said we would go to Tulsa, we talked with the comrades with the Southern region, and we said, and the other company, we said, we go to Tulsa, we gonna rock with the people. And that's what we did. They made their threats. They talked all that shit And then when they got to Tulsa, it was y'all come march with us. We was like, nah, we gonna chill out.
Nah, I put up that
Black
video.
Power. We said we gonna chill with the people in Black Power. They came through. We said Black Power, but it was fucked up to see them coming down the street with them police. I'm not gonna lie, but it was beautiful to see the blackness. But see, that's the thing that we have to be very critical of.
Mm-hmm.
What looks good and what is correct.
Right. Yeah, straight up. Because I mean, I read the manual. I thought that was part of the Patricia's manual, not to basically cooperate with the government. You know what I'm saying? So if the governments tell you to do something, you got to get a permit and things like that. I thought that was against the rules. You know what I mean? So maybe I missed.
We ain't never ever pulled no motherfucking permit our whole time being the Black Panther. Why would you go pay the white man to come check the white man? Why would you pay the white man for permission to come check the white man?
Come on now. Interesting.
But here go the comrades. Let them speak for themselves.
Yeah. Peace to the guys.
Yeah, I can't hear the brother. I can't hear you, brother OC.
I
can't hear you. I can hear everybody else, but I can't hear you. And when I watch it on YouTube, the time signature is off, so it will be off. The time will be off.
Right. So I don't know. Can you hear me now? I don't know what it is.
All right, just go. Can everybody else hear him fine?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, well, let's go with everybody that can hear him fine. What should we do to get rid of the echo?
She may have YouTube on or something like that. Yeah.
You can pull Travis out the studio. He's not coming on to the show. He's just listening. Okay. All right.
So yeah, so to bring up the receipts, if you want to get into that, I mean we can get into that part right now.
Yeah. You want to? Let me see. Can you hear brother Maireya or sister Patrcia?
I can hear everybody except brother OC.
Okay, hold on. Let me change. Hold on.
Okay.
Well, who do you want to start with?
I can hear everybody just fine. The feedback is coming. Sister Patrcia is finding another location. We were in the same room, so that's when both of the mics are on. It's going to bring in feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Well, if we want to go ahead and hear from these comrades and then play the clip, you want to do it that way?
We can do that. Yep. All
right, let's start with our National Chief of Staff, Brother Katib.
Black Power comrades. Yeah, you know, since we've been back, and I want to mention this, you know, a day prior to Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know, we were in Baton Rouge, dealing with the assassination of Brother Ronald Green at the hands of the state, at the hands of the pigs in Louisiana, you know, who continuously are murdering our people. And it was a great stance. It was a great demonstration. Brave brothers and sisters who took the state capitol, you know, brave brothers and sisters who stood up, you know, in defense and in demonstration of justice for our brother Ronald Green and all of those black men and black women murdered at the hands of the state of Louisiana. There was a great portion of the demonstration where toward the end, the young people decided to take the streets. We held the line at the governor's mansion as many elders and the family and loved ones of many of the victims were still stayed behind and didn't follow the young folks into the streets. So we held the governor's mansion. Well, it was then that we seen the people begin to turn the corner and you know, just from our analyzing and observing, we seen the situation was escalating. We sent some scouts out to check it out. And when they came back, they told us that the pigs were drawn down, getting ready to draw down and had their riot gear on and weapons out and was coming at the people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the comrades in the new Black Panther Party, these brave brothers, you know, we hopped on the back of the comrades pickup truck. You know, we rolled in to right around the highway from the other side of where the governor's mansion is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we stood the pigs down. You seen their paddy wagons going into reverse. You seen their police cruisers going into reverse because they're cowards, you know, and they come at us when we're by ourselves. But it was a strong armed stance, and what that stance should be used for is what was demonstrated 24 hours before Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I have to state that because, again, not only was it a great work to commemorate the ancestors and memorialize our ancestors, but it was also a great work the day before as we back down the pigs in the state of Louisiana. Now, when we address this psychological warfare, this information war, this disinformation, defaming, scandalizing, and misinformation that's been propagated by these individuals, you know, what we find is that those of us who know the truth, we don't have to launch threats. That's why there have been no threats launched on this side. You know, we don't have to use those kind of tactics because we stand on the truth. The truth is, as our Nationals chairwoman have stated, you know, I know the brother AJ personally. He used to be in this formation, you know what I'm saying, as mentioned previously, you know, and the brother, I was there the night the brother left. I'm the brother that he left in the field, National Chief of Staff for the new Black Panther Party, you know, and the brother left on his words was that I said he farted. Oh man, is that I said that this man farted? Yeah, go ahead and laugh. But it's comical. It's comical. It's foolishness, right? He said, I said he farted, so nobody would ever respect him again. You know, he's stomping around all in the rut, causing a ruckus. You know what I'm saying? And the brother straight pulled off with my bags on the front porch. You know what I'm saying? This brother was expelled from the new Black Panther Party, as he should have been. That would be the righteous thing to do. Had we kept him around, then people could say something. You know, it was an official statement that was put out, you know, and not within even a few months after this brother, maybe even weeks after this brother had been put out, we seen Malik Zulu Shabazz go pick this brother up as it was public information of what he did. You see what I'm saying? You know, we've been saying it for ever since this has been going on, but it's very clear when you look at the code of conduct, when you look at the principal stance, when you look at the work, the value and weight of the work, you know, the level of threat that we deal with when we get on the ground. And it's a disciplined balance. We are humanitarians. We are also armed in defense of our people. You know, not in reverse or trying to just go through the community with weapons on some egotistical tirade, you know, and you're not even battling the enemy. Yes, it's great to commemorate, memorialize our ancestors, but let's be clear. And like our national chairwoman said, you know, we were in attempts to avoid any altercation or situation by not even going to begin with. It wasn't something that was on our to-do list. We decided to go after discussing it as a National Central Committee. Now, this was and is registered by law when you take out a permit as a parade. You're not engaging the enemy. You know, in fact, you know, when you, like these individuals, Baba Mawala and these individuals, you're allowing for the pig to lead your formation. This is not only counter-revolutionary, but when you look at the spiritual aspect of it, it's a disrespect to the Black men and Black women, children, the economic stranglehold that was put on our people in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because who dropped those firebombs? The police, the military, you know, who ravished and savagely brutalized this community? The military, the police. You see, so nobody is fooled by this, right? Only those who want to be fooled. But when we look at the nature of the lies and the disinformation, it's clear to see that it's a lack, and it's a lack of or a purposeful or blatant disregard of the codes of conduct, professional warrior ethic, 13 points of attention, 3 main rules, a clear violation on all revolutionary principles across the board. When it comes to our national chairwoman, Sister Krystal Muhammad, you know, I will speak from my personal experiences. As the sister said, I came into the party, I was 23 years old. I'm 28 years old, and it has molded me. But let's be clear, you know, the new Black Panther Party is about the collective. But we have to give the credit where the credit is due. It takes a lot of stamina to keep this up. It takes a lot of stamina to deal with the ignorance of these Negroes and these mischief makers. But it also takes a great sense of discipline, right? Look at our response. Our response has been disciplined. Even in our being attacked, we're being disciplined and principled in our defense of being attacked. But we're the ones being attacked. Our chairwoman is being attacked. Brother Maireya and Sister Patrcia have been attacked. You know, this that we see, yes, there is a foundation of it that comes from us in the Black community allowing for our own people to disrespect and harm us and sweeping it under the rug because, as they say, we are brothers and sisters. Not the case. You know what I'm saying? Just like we have folks in our blood family who hurt us, they must be dealt with. This is very simple, the message that we are giving. What we are seeing opens the gateway for government operations to be carried out. It opens the gateway for physical assassinations to be carried out, regardless of who are carrying out these attacks, whether they are Black or white, whether they are claiming to be revolutionaries or openly pigs or politicians or working for the state. We must look at these as threats. We must look at this as a psychological warfare, as a psyop, a psychological operation. And I believe that we are combating this thing, not attacking. Remember, we ain't attacking nobody. We are combating this thing. We are defending ourselves against this thing the best and the only way we know how, which is to be principled. And I want to thank all of the brothers and sisters who have come out in defense of this platform, our national chairwoman, and I'll yield there unless there's any questions or anything like that. Black power.
Black power. Black power. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. And I don't know if you can hear me.
I'm gonna need a Black Power translator because I can't hear Brother OC.
No. I may have to pass over the mic to General. I'm probably gonna mispronounce your name, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let you speak for yourself.
Peace and power. My name is General Maireya Asek.
Right.
Absolutely. National Minister of Defense of New Black Panther Party under Chairwoman Sister Muhammad, General of a Black Rebel Brigade, and basically what came about was, just to give you a quick background about myself. I came into this movement, so to speak, the Trayvon Martin situation case was pretty much the driving force and what got me out of my seat and got me out here in these streets to put boots on the ground. So the Trayvon Martin situation is what got me active in the streets. I pretty much started off as a activist, a protester. I ended up joining Black Lives Matter was a new thing at the time, so I ended up kind of mixing in with the Black Lives Matter crowd, doing simple protests and things like that, shutting down malls, shutting down streets and stuff like that. But the thing was that was just not what I was looking for. It wasn't hard enough. It wasn't Black enough. I was looking for the Panthers, and eventually I would find them under the People's New Black Panther Party. It just so happened that I was, I guess I could put this out there. I was pretty much supposed to be under Sister Krystal Muhammad back then. She was actually my first revolutionary friend on Facebook that kind of started luring me more into the movement. So really, I was out there looking for her. But nevertheless, I ended up bumping into Brother Vincent and Brother Yakanan of the People's New Black Panther Party at the time. And that was around 2014. 2015, I would join the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. A year later, I would become chairman of Huey P. Newton Gun Club Houston chapter. Okay, fast forward a little bit. So I was chairman of the Houston chapter of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club for about 5 years, until about 2 years ago, where I moved from Houston to Virginia, which is my actual hometown. I'm originally from the DC DMV area, so I bought the Huey P. Newton Gun Club chapter to the DMV and agreed to be the chairman of the DC Maryland and Virginia chapter until we were able to branch out and find other commanders that I would approve of. The issues started coming in when I would always be sent emails of potential new recruits and stuff like that. So I would call them and screen them, and talk to them and stuff like that. And there was one in particular individual who was sent to me by Babu Omawali, and the brother was named Alvin, and he let us know right off the bat that he's former law enforcement. He was a former police officer for the Henrico County Sheriff's Office. So, that kind of blew me back a little bit. I've never dealt with a situation like that before. I don't have any police or any type of background in my family of police officers or anything like that. That's just something that my family never gravitated towards. So it was a little bit difficult for me to kind of adjust to working with this guy who is telling me that he's a former police officer. And at the time I was taking orders from Babu Omawali to go ahead and you basically green lighted for me to work with this guy, kind of show him the ropes. So I kind of played along with it for a little bit, but at the same time, I'm kind of keeping my distance. And I let him know that I'm kind of uncomfortable working with you due to your background. But there was, I guess, I don't want to say a gag order because I'm not the type to be controlled. If I have something to say, I'm going to say it. I speak my piece, and I'm not afraid to do that. But in order to, I didn't want to cause any dissent or any type of problems or issues within the organizations. But at the same time, I felt uncomfortable bringing this man around other revolutionary groups. This was something difficult for me that I had to deal with, and especially the Fred Hampton movie came out. Everybody was on the edge, about the William O'Neills and things of that nature. So it became a little bit more difficult. So long story short, this person who's former law enforcement, somehow, some way, he started kind of doing things, sneaky things behind my back, contacting other organizations, setting up meetings, things like that, making flyers with his phone number on it, just little stuff like that. And I kind of just sit back and just kind of let him do these things because I kind of wanted to see what his agenda was and where he was going with this, and at this time I'm trying to figure out a way to expel him from my chapter. As I'm doing this, he ended up reaching out to a bunch of different people, a bunch of different organizations here in Virginia. Eventually, he ended up getting with Babu Omawali or reaching out to Babu Omawali. And, next thing you know, this brother has his own chapter. Now, I was told that there was a donation made. It seemed to me like a chapter was maybe purchased. I don't have any necessary receipts of that except the word coming out of the horse's mouth. They told me themselves that they made a nice sized donation to establish themselves a chapter. So what pissed me off is that not only the fact that he's former, well, at least he says former law enforcement, but we don't know this. What really pissed me off was the fact that he was going behind my back doing sneaky things, setting up, contacting chapters. He had no business doing any of these things when you are still in your 90-day probationary period. So he was doing a little bit too much reaching, and just doing a little bit too much behind my back. So at this time, I'm trying
excuse me, if you don't mind, Maireya, let me give him some backup, because this same dude, this same guy, Alvin Brown, he told them he was former, but he tried to apply to us in 2018. And when Sister Patrcia called me and Brother Maireya, they wanted my advice, because we are comrades and we are allies. We have done, like I said, we have done multiple maneuvers together over the years. And when they called me, I looked up, I went and searched, because he had told Patrcia and Brother Maireya that he tried to join our formation, but I rejected him because he was a police officer. Right. And that was in 2018. And so I went back and I looked and I found his application, and he had law enforcement on the application. So I sent him an email. I said, "Are you currently working with the as in the capacity of a law enforcement in the police department?" He said yes. I told him, your application is rejected. Do not contact us anymore. And that was that. I never thought about it. You know what I'm saying? That was just another pig trying to get in the ranks. But this pig, see, most pigs don't say who they are. But this one had the mitigate audacity to say who he was, so we rejected him. But I find it funny that when he tries to join the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, now he's allegedly ex-police, because he knew it didn't work, saying he was a police trying to come to us. And when he went to Maireya and them, and they called me about it, I was like, man, y'all need to talk with y'all, your organization, and get that straight within your organization. You know, because in the New Black Panther Party, we don't fool with the police. Period.
Facts. Yeah.
Just giving some black up to what Brother Maireya is telling you guys. Black power. As you were, Brother Maireya.
Absolutely. You know, to piggyback off of what Sister Krystal said, everything she said was right and exact. And I did contact Sister Krystal and ask her advice, which I really didn't have to, because I already know how the New Black Panther Party under Sister Krystal, I already know the business, and she and her morals and her values coincide with mine. So, but I did ask Babu Omuwali, and I did let him know that I was uncomfortable working with this man. So I was basically advised to just keep it under wraps, just don't tell nobody that he's law enforcement, and kind of just show him the ropes. You know, the problem was this brother, he did not want to keep it a secret. He kind of like Sister Chairman Krystal said, he came in letting people know that, hey, I'm former law enforcement. He wanted people to know who he was. I guess he kind of wanted people to get used to it. And to me, that's just a way of infiltrating in the open, so to speak. But the split came, like I said, when he was offered I don't want to say chairmanship, but he was offered his own chapter in Petersburg, Virginia. So the whole split came with that. Eventually, I decided to take the Huey P. Newton Gun Club DMV chapter and disassociate it with the national chapter. And my original, what I was going to do was basically just start my own Eastern Conference chapter, and start building with comrades on the East Coast. But once I've seen that they kept this man in the loop, and they kept other undesirables in the loop, I basically decided to disassociate myself with the national chapter. So, and that's what I've done. And I just joined Sister Krystal's organization, which we've already been allies for many years. She was the first space that I saw when I got thrown in prison in Baton Rouge in 2016 during the Alton Sterling protests. You know, I've been told by many individuals when I first came in this movement. Don't deal with Krystal. Don't mess with Krystal. She did this. She did that. You know, I heard all the negative stuff, you know, but my thing was I'm hearing all these negative things, but I'm watching at the same time, and I'm not seeing what I'm hearing. You see what I'm saying? She's got boots to the ground. She's putting in work. And when I started doing maneuvers with her and joining her, I'm asking her questions about some of these things that people are alleging. And she explained everything. And then things started to be more clear and things started to make sense. And then it started to seem like to me, like what you were saying, brother OC, that it just started to seem like there was some hating going on. You know, due to the fact that this sister has the power that she does, and she's a woman. And also, I just want to add, not, you know, so basically, you know, and there was a little bit of a time where I kind of had the same type of a machismo type of attitude, but, you know, not to get too personal in my personal business, but, you know, I understood that I wasn't really happy dealing with in my situation. Okay, so a lot of that stemmed from personal issues I was having in my own personal life. Okay, so I think honestly, if some of these brothers just calm their ass down and get them a female or something that's real, that's gonna ride with them, I think all that macho bullshit would kind of die down. But that's you know, that's pretty much what I have to say to that matter. But unless there's any questions that anybody want to ask me, I'm more than willing to answer any questions.
You good, because it's something that you said that, you know, I mean, for if people actually don't believe it when it comes to law enforcement, being a part of our organizations, I'm gonna tell you, I actually had someone on this platform not too long ago. Now I'll go ahead and say his name, King Shamir, and he said that damn near 60% of our movements are infiltrated. You know, so it's a lot of the movements that actually have law enforcement, that actually have people that's just giving all types of intel about each individual and part of these organizations. So, you know,
King Samir is one of our deputy national field marshals as well. Yeah. He's a part of the Black Riders, but he is still our brother. Mm-hmm. We man, bro. Look, King Samir, he's a good brother. He went through a lot, you know what I'm saying, under the formation that we all used to be under, you know what I'm saying, of him being, you know, thrown out there without support. And we always stood for each other, you know. See, social media has been a game changer. And I've been giving a lot of, you know, people like, oh, don't go back and say nothing. Ignore it, just do the work. Fuck that, you know what I'm saying? Because we do the work. And every time we do the work, they come on this smear campaign. The last time it was a smear campaign like this was in 2016 when we did the Alton Sterling demonstration. And we stood firm, the party and the people, against the police. That's that picture that you have on the flyer for this show. We was eyeball to eyeball checking them police, you know, with the people. And these same brothers, they was shaking in their goddamn boots after that. And they arrested 185 of us in one day. They had tanks on us. And we told them, fuck y'all. We not afraid of y'all. Y'all gonna stop killing us. Against the police, against their military, the people and the Panthers stood. And they kidnapped us. And you know what? The crackers with the Lawyers Guild raised $289,000 in one night off of our black asses. And we got bonded out. And Babu and all of them, when they arrested us, he didn't even want to come when we came. He organized a separate demonstration. Then after they had tackled us and had us in a paddy wagon, I was in a paddy wagon. I seen them leaned over the fence talking to the police. Blew my mind. A little bit later, they was arrested too. And then when we got our money to get bonded out, we wanted to know everybody that was in there. And we wouldn't leave until the pigs came and was like, we just want y'all out of our town. We just want y'all out of our town. I said, you need to release all of our people. And ironically, guess who the last person was left in there? Brother Maireya.
That's right.
I had never even met him, but we wouldn't leave till he was out. See, that's what honor is about in the field. We're not trying to go, plead with the police and ask the police this and ask the police that. No, we was there checking the police. After that big demonstration, a year later, when the Department of Justice said they wasn't gonna file charges against the pigs, old racist ass Jeff Sessions, we had another demonstration. We got kidnapped. When I say kidnapped, I mean we were falsely arrested by the pigs.
Right.
Boy, people started quitting like left and right. They started quitting the new Black Panther Party like left and right. Black Power brother Daren, Black Power sister Patrcia, because they saw us getting arrested. And this is where this narrative started. Malik Zulu Shabazz and Najee Muhammad start putting up posts about, I don't think that they should be directly confronting the police like that. People gonna get arrested. Yeah, nigga. If these are the people that are doing the crime, we checking them. This is how I find it crazy that y'all would think that y'all would come attack us and we wouldn't come and defend ourselves. Y'all are really not the enemy. Y'all are just buffer zone Negroes. See, buffer zone Negroes have existed throughout our whole existence. See, buffer zone Negroes is who told on Nat Turner. See, buffer zone Negroes is who turned on Digmark Beasley. Buffer zone Negroes turned on Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. Buffer zone Negroes talking about, I got half of a permit. What the hell is half a permit? Well, we gonna march them half the way, and we got it from here. Where are we listening to what these people are saying and doing? What are you trying to tell our children? And why do you have a problem with us? Because we wasn't gonna go for that bullshit. Not the real Black Panthers. See, y'all can make up these other names. Y'all can make up these other names. This group, that group. But no true Black Panther is going to be, picture that we marching side by side with the police. If you see me marching with the police, know that I'm a clone. That's not me. If you see me marching with the police, know that they can already kill me and threw me out somewhere, and it is a clone. Or any of our people. And when we see the police, they got turned around by fucking 3 pigs with a sticky note. No law. And you had a 7-foot lawyer with you. Notice how Fort Boy was the first to turn around. Okay, you know what? This is real because y'all want to go after us. Do you know how hard we go against the cracker? Yes, you do, because you don't. Because we got the bar here. See, we got the bar up here, and y'all down here. So you don't want to come up here. You want everybody to come down there with y'all. No. We don't. We say fuck the police. You ask the pig for permission. That is the contradiction. Yeah. That is the difference. And that is the line in the sand. Are you with the people or are you with the pigs?
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of us, because I was out there in Tulsa, a lot of us was really confused on like who actually got the permit. Because I remember one police officer came through, he rolled down the wrong street. We basically told him like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Nobody ordered bacon, you know what I'm saying? None of that, you know what I'm saying? So get the fuck on, you know what I'm saying? So everybody in the area was telling him to leave, whatnot. And he was basically like sitting there confused. He was just like, you guys asked for me. Like, I I don't understand. Why are you acting like that? You know, so it was like, nobody asked for you, dude. Like, what's up? So later we find out, like, I'm going to tell you, like 15 minutes later, they was directing us, police in front, police in the back, and we started the march. So I'm like, that's interesting. And then later I saw that same police officer, you know, blocking off a street, and he was right. Someone actually did order a permit just so we could march that second time. I will tell you, the first time there was no police. You know what I'm saying? So they was able to, you know, do their thing. The only thing about the first time is right before we actually walked through this little event, they had these barricades and these 4 policemen right in front, and they stopped us and they told us to turn around. They're basically like, yeah, stop here, turn your ass around. And we went the other way. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of felt uncomfortable about that, but I don't really know, like, what was the whole plan anyway. You know what I'm saying? Do we supposed to walk through that? But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm just there being the spectator, things like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got my brother actually been waiting the whole time. My sister, you know, Patrcia, Delta, you know, if y'all got something to add on to the conversation and what's going on.
Oh, honor, man.
Yes, sir.
Honor, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, man, I just want to on my phone. I got all kind of technical difficulties tonight, fucking up with myself.
Yeah, you been in and out the whole time, man.
Yeah, man, I just want to commend y'all. You know, new Black Panther Party. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear me all right?
Yes, sir. We hear you, Delta. We hear you. We hear you.
I just want to say all honor, man. Salute new Black Panther Party, Revolutionary Black Panther Party, Huey P. Gun Club, Fred Hampton Gun Club, NFA C, NFA R. You hear me? Black Riders. What it? Hold up. Say what? 7698. Probably on the other side, because these the H right here, comrade.
Yeah, you good? But
yeah, you know what I mean? Type shit like that be weird. But yeah, man, I gotta commend y'all, man, for even Toast, for the whole fucking movement. You know what I mean? The whole run. You know, we are right now today, man, when it comes down to our modern day tyranny, our modern day movement, our modern day mindset when it comes to the militia movement. I see folks out there trying to compare the two. They're trying to compare what they saw in Tulsa to what they saw at Stone Mountain, and that's why I took it as disrespect. All honor Ozone. You hear me? I say that to say this. When Ozone came out and he went down there for Stevenson, the ATL, it was only one branch that came out there. You hear me? And that was the line that's right here that I know of, if I'm disrespecting. And also ex-NFAC members. So when we first came out in Stone Mountain, we came out on a mission. See, a lot of this shit here I'm looking at, a lot of the vision, I had to catch myself. Who do I blame? A lot of this here, I got to put it on Jay. That's why I put the differences aside. Say, man, no, the beef is over with me. It's time to come out and tell the truth. See, I've been in this here well over 10 years. You feel me? When it come back down to the originals of RBGs, VPC, Guerrilla Ops, the Underground. I can say that. You hear me? Sarah Sumu Steady. This where the issue came at, where it stemmed from with Drew Ali and all that. With us, RBGs, behind the scenes with Buddy. You know, but I'm saying that to say this. When it comes to leadership, today we got to do better, bro. You know what I mean? I'm looking at a lot of this. I don't know. I don't really know how to call it. It seems like it's nitpicking a little bit, because when I see Krystal Muhammad, every time I see them in the field, they out there acting, addressing the people, handing out supplies. You feel me? Little boy found in the backyard. Here we are. How many years it's been since Emmett Till? Nobody came out and rallied behind that. You hear me? Even when it came down to the comrade, when he had his issues down there, I saw Buddy spin that off and saying that his memorial or something. Krystal Muhammad was out there addressing another issue, another murder, another lynching. So I say to the people, man, what do you want? You got a question. You got to ask yourself that. And that's what me and the comrade talking about. What are we here for? You hear me? What are we here for? What do you want? You know what I mean? Pick your poison today with these new leaders out here. You hear me? That's where I'm at with it. When it come down to NFAC, the origins of NFAC, the beginning of NFAC, I'm seeing folks sit out here and they spin off of my name. You know how that clickbait go. That's what they come to. There was no fee behind the beginning. You know what I mean? Of our new modern day movement of NFAC, you can't pay me enough. So for see somebody sit there and spin that off and say me and Jay fell out because of a numbers issue. Come on, bro. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful for one. OCTheGreat, you got 12,000 followers. The issue that we are addressing today that caused this here, 16,000. Ain't too far from you. You feel me? We got to create a whole new platform, a whole new lane to really start addressing our issues. We got to get up off of that. So I say that to say this. It's like the comrades say, motherfuckers can die. You feel me? You can really die in this. And that's what I'm saying also before the ATL formation, motherfuckers almost died out there. You feel me? After the formation, folks almost died out there. Tahara Bay had the video. You hear me? So I'm saying you telling folks to go over here and subscribe for $10 a month and you trying to cash in off our modern day tyranny, our modern day movement. That's when I have an issue with it. I have an issue when I see another comrade that stood next to Jay. Won't say no names, you ain't say mine, but you know what I'm talking about. When they was in my group, you hear me? The South Base, NFAC, that was my group. So when they was in there reporting my issues in there that I had, it was a gun club. It was a comment that Jay made where everything went left. My lioness from down there in Texas, she was one of the admins in there. We got over 1,200 some people a day vetting. We did the process. You hear me? But they came in and they caused a diversion. There was a lot of chaos and a lot of bullshit. And I went to Jay and I asked him, hey, you need to fix this. That's where the issue came at with me and Jay. Jay told me to kick every member of the gun club out of there. I refused to. Jay told me to delete the group. I refused to. Jay was Panther, so I didn't overstand the division. You feel me? So when it comes to NFAC, everything that you see that's out here in the open is completely wrong. Completely wrong. Every interview that you see conducted, that they did it for entertainment, is completely wrong. You hear me? So I look at the line that's run here, and I'm saying to myself, I don't know. Like I said, we are Eugene, we are coalition, we have our own issues. You hear me? So I can't contradict no man. I can't contradict no woman. But then again, it's like this here. When it comes down to solidarity, we standing with the lioness. The lioness out there, she's showing us she's active, applying herself. That's what they're asking for, right? Not this personal shit. You know, so I just want to commend y'all, man, for sparking the brain in me. Because it's a lot to tell, bro. I ain't gonna really sit here and try to take it up with my time. We'll do that on another date. But I asked for Jay. I say, man, I'm putting all differences aside, man. You hear me? To come out, you gotta be honest. That's where I'm at with it. So I salute you. I salute you, OC, for going out there. You know what I mean? So when I see folks speak out of turn, sending threats and shit, y'all need some law and order and structure in this here. Certain men shouldn't be speaking out of place. You hear me? We had that issue within and I'm the same men. You know? But like I say, man, it is what it is, and I don't try to jump on social media and do what they doing for the clickbaiting. It's gonna be what it's gonna be with me. You hear me? So I throw that out there, and I say I commend the answers. I commend AJ them, but that's how we came in off the Ahmad run. But the personal issues and all that, we standing with Krystal Muhammad 110% because she showed work. Every formation she was there, and that's what they saying they're asking for. You know, so that's my stance on it. Anything else outside of that, man, y'all got my email. You can contact me. I'm done playing. You feel me? I'm done playing. And like what the comrade said again, I want to touch on that. Motherfuckers can die in this. You feel me? And that's why we came out to reherd the sheep. We was under fire. Grandmaster Jay knew that. You hear me? It was a lot of threats. NFAC that you saw in ATL, the first one in Kentucky, was no joke. It was no joke, bro. You hear me? So for us to see someone to come out there and try to spin off of it and you're trying to tarnish our image and make a mockery of the movement. But you sit there and come out there and speak on these folks to come forth, and you trying to say they done something wrong, bro. Did y'all ain't see the rope out? Did y'all just see them put his knee on that nigga neck for 9 minutes? Or what about the other girl that they poured the alcohol on, lit fire to her? Or what about the other ones over there in Africa that they lynched? You hear me? What about Corey Gaines? Y'all forgot about that? You hear me? So I'm telling these niggas to tighten up when it come down to leadership. We came out when it was time to come out because every other organization, and we don't knock nobody, y'all been here. So don't try to compare us to nobody because I'm one of the origins when it come down to the Panther shit. You hear me? When it come down to the Panther Party, RBGs and all that, I can say all kinds of shit. Even when it come down to Hash him, you hear me? Ali Muhammad. They want to sit here. You want to sit here and make a mockery of Krystal Muhammad. Them. You want to sit? I'm talking strictly to cryptonomics. You saying you want to hash him men, but when Ali Muhammad got robbed here in Tampa, when I called that nigga and he curved us, I had to go straight to hash him. You got 7 days to move his ass. You hear me? That's what it is. So you want to sit here and try to down the line this, but y'all boys, y'all been doing all kind of reckless shit. So I try not to get in this here, you know, and try to. I ain't trying to be no big bad wolf. We all bleed, you know what I mean? Bleed and breathe like the next individual. But like the comrade said, this shit is dangerous. You hear me? By feuding like that, motherfuckers couldn't die in this here. But one thing about, in fact, I don't care what no science temple, I don't give a fuck about no Muslim, nothing tell you, this ain't what you play with. You hear me? We willing to push the limit. That's the issue I got with. It's all, we're going on our year anniversary, and we still today hollering that. So all honor my comrades Ozone, all honor KF4. You hear me? All honor Krystal Muhammad and the whole squad. All honor OC, all honor Major TV, man. I'm all for that. You hear me? It's time to do better, and that's what I'm on. So everything else outside of that, let's see what's to come in Black August. I want to call a nationwide summit, man, in August, Black August, to fix these issues. That's what I'm on. Other than that, then let's go left. Pick your poison where you want to go. You niggas on Turtle Island behind enemy lines anyway. Y'all been through that. You hear me? So that's my mindset today, man. Excuse my phone and all that. We'll come back and do it again, though.
No,
you hear me?
You're good.
Black Power. I like what Delta said. I got a call from a few of the organizers here in Houston. After Moon and Yokanon when they did their show, I got a call from Robert Muhammad, Abdul Ali Muhammad with the Nation. I spoke with Brother Kofi Taharka, and after Moon and Yokanon went on and did their little defamation character attack, the elders in Houston are calling to the table of tribunal this Thursday. This Thursday, they're being called to the table to answer to what they have been doing. See, you ain't gonna be able to. Y'all got bucked up on social media, but you know, on the ground in the city, we got real live people that don't appreciate what's going on. They've been called to the table by the elders. We're gonna start right here in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Yokanon, Amun, y'all have been called to the table to be at the Shape Center this Thursday and answer to the elders behind this bullshit.
For real.
That's crazy. The incredible part is y'all did all this for one event, for one day, for a couple of hours. You sold your fucking soul. Then you allow somebody else to be your puppet master. But look at the bigger totality of what we're talking about. How on God's green earth would you bring together a formation of black people for reparations in Tulsa, where there was 7 days of it wasn't just one, it was from May the 21st to June the 2nd. Our people were slaughtered by the police, the military, the whole government. How could you go to these same people and ask them for permission and pay them to escort you through the same area where they slaughtered our ancestors? You dishonored our ancestors. Truth be told, you dishonored the people of Greenwood when you came through with them pigs. I'm glad that we was with the people and not with the pigs. And when the history is written, it'll be those of us who stood on this side of the line with the people, and you play with them police. Black power.
Black power. Black power. Man.
Black power.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have to, because the sister Patrcia has been waiting. You know, I want her to definitely speak what's on her mind, and you know,
Queen.
Black power queen. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. I'm basically gonna dive into it. The whole Tulsa situation. First of all, nobody sabotaged anything. I felt like while they was marching with the police, we had police surrounding us from behind us, and we had detectives in front of us in the crowd, keeping surveillance on us. The police were more worried about us than they was worried about who they were escorting. You understand? Right. And what the comrades really don't understand is while y'all marching and letting our open enemy lead y'all, them laws could have led you into a whole goddamn trap. But y'all following these people, and you know these are our open enemies. Somebody had to be back there sense enough to have y'all back in case some shit went down. Regardless, I felt like we all brought them comrades in safely, and when they got to the truck where we was, we saluted them with the best black power that they probably heard all day. We gave them the rest of the energy that they needed to keep marching motherfucking on. So, and also I already knew, because before we left Virginia, you know, I put out a peace treaty, okay? And I was going to follow this peace treaty, and which I did. The peace treaty lasted until Tuesday, June the 1st. It did. But I was sitting around waiting who was going to start the shit first. You understand? Because I already knew some shit was about to get started. Okay? But I also want to say this. When these people are promoting themselves as victims of domestic violence, okay? And you know and you see your general or your commander or whoever he is, you see him attacking another sister in the movement, another woman. Let's take us out the movement. We're just basic goddamn women who need protection. And you see a man verbally abusing this woman, threatening her physically harm. And you sit here and you co-sign this, but you say that you're an advocate against this. So that tells me your jealousy and envy is so deep for this woman that you're willing to go along with the man abusing a woman, regardless of who it is or if it's someone you don't like. A true advocate for the people, a true advocate for victims of domestic violence. I don't care if you're my enemy and I dislike you. If I know you out here being harmed by whoever, because when you're a victim, and I know you can't really get by too much with me. You know, I know sincerity and I know real pain. And when you say this is your purpose, this is what you're supposed to be doing, I don't care if that woman, you don't like that woman. You still gonna do what you're supposed to do to go out here and help this woman instead of add to the shit. And that's my main problem. You know, I'm gonna tell you about Babu, okay? The situation with that law dude, what's his name? Alvin Moore, okay? I knew from the beginning, the first day that we met them people, I knew that, because I see things ahead. I already knew what was about to happen. I did my best to try to prevent this, because when a person, first of all, the tactics that Alvin Moore is using is straight out of the book of the 48 Laws of Power and the Art of War. So since I've already read them tactics, I recognize them from the beginning. Please come with me something a little bit stronger, you know. So, and when we got to his house, he even took us to, well, let's back up to the dude. So let's back up now. There was 2 recruits. It was Alvin and then this other dude named Brent. And he half white and half black. And I know that you can't be married. See, when I first came into the movement, I was, people gave me certain rules. And and this is what you taught me from the beginning. You can't go back and teach me something different that contradicts what I've already been taught. Okay? So I already knew by looking at this man's child that obviously he's married to a white woman because his child is watered down, So, and I said from the beginning, we don't allow people that's married to white folks in the movement. I said that from the beginning. I said from the beginning about law enforcement. I said it from the beginning. Now, because Babu sent us out there to meet these recruits, I was cordial regardless of my feelings. Sometimes I put my feelings to the side. And I felt like I was forced against my will, should I say, to deal with these people because, the bells are going off inside. Your warning signals. It's like I'm like a code red alert here. And when Alvin took us to his house, and I saw the picture. Well, we saw the picture of him in full-fledged police uniform, standing next to a Henrico County Sheriff's car. And then his dad tells me about his uncle that works for the FBI. That used to work for he was a top agent at the FBI. You understand? So none of that was right. I did my best, and I brought my concerns to Babu. I brought my concerns to my commander. My concerns were not taken light. My concerns were not. I don't know how to say what's the word I'm trying to think of. Nobody took my concerns seriously.
Wasn't taken serious.
No, I wasn't. I was blatantly just ignored, and I tried my best to prevent what was about to happen, but nobody listened to me as usual. But hey, I'm just a woman, But and then I started feeling that I started seeing the how what do you call it? Patriarchal. I can't say the word, Sister Krystal. Male chauvinistic that Huey P. Newton Gun Club was. And it's as if no woman could really get a position other than a secretary, But my husband was commander, so he gave me the position of Minister of Defense. So Babu started attacking me there. So then I went to the Minister of Justice with my concerns about the law, this, and that. All they was worrying about was the event in Tulsa. They wasn't not caring. So Babu went on a public attack of me, talk about my children. He put a national no communications alert out where nobody from the Sisters of Huey Community Gun Club could have contact with me. And once that happened, I started getting attacked by Babu. I started getting attacked by the women of Huey P. Newton Gun Club. When it goes so far into deep, it is to talk about my children, talk about things, and then plaster my whole rap sheet, which I really didn't care. My rap sheet is not no secret. So he started pulling my old rap sheets with old mug shots, which it don't bother me because it's not a secret. It's because my life is an open book. Nothing is a secret here. You understand? So he started putting that out. Then he started talking about my unborn child. And then he just started talking about all up under my clothes. So it was really kind of hectic for me for a while there. I dealt with it. So then I got tired of it. And I said, well, I think we should join Sister Krystal because through all this, only person I could say that was loyal through all this with that mess with Babu, because Babu going to try to put tell other Panther formation that I'm a felon and with a gun, and if I'm in their formation, I'm going to attract the police. Okay, I've been out here with my guns since 2019. Came up against the police. My kids have been on patrol up against the goddamn police. So I'm not worried about no police. That's the last thing that's on my mind. Okay. So I have and the only person that really was been there through this whole time was Sister Krystal. I've been communicating with Krystal from the beginning about this situation. you know, and I really took the advice from it. All I needed to do was get the proof, and I got the proof of the receipts, you know, because when you bring law enforcement in, you're putting us all in danger. Aren't you concerned about your comrades, your troop comrades, you know? And the attacks were more on me than they was trying to split me and my husband in some type of way. It was like he had to choose them or me. And why would you what type of man wants to put another man in a position to choose between his wife and his comrade? You know, so, but my thing about it is the abuse. At the end of the day, Sister Krystal's still a woman. Regardless of how hard she may be out here, you understand? She's still a woman. She's still feminine inside. She's all woman, okay? So you can't tell me that. I know that it bothers me when people be, you know, the verbal attacks. Because when somebody attacks you verbally, that sticks with you. Physically, that wound will heal. But then words will always be there. And when you're steady being attacked over and over again, you can't sleep. So you people still need to understand she's still a woman. She's still somebody's mother. She got children. She got a mama and a daddy. She got a God she served. You understand? And at the end of the day, she's still a woman. And they have to respect that. I've done told sisters over in Fred Hampton Gun Club. I said, y'all can't get mad at that woman because she do work hard. Y'all can't be mad at that woman for that. Y'all can't be mad at that woman for that. Go work hard like she do. I said, she may fuss sometimes and she may be hard, but guess what? She just wants us all to do better. And if y'all can't understand that, then you have no compassion. And I have to call out the sisters of the movement. You understand? Because y'all sitting by and co-signing these men, attacking this woman like this. She's still a woman. And these men are still supposed to be men. And they should respect her as a woman and remember she's still a woman. See, that's what they forget sometimes. Because Sister Krystal, in her position, you know, her position of power, they forget she's still a damn woman. And that's all they got to remember. That's all we all got to remember. Us women out here, we still women. We still women. Yeah. But peace and love, y'all. I love y'all. I'm really tired, so I'm done for the night.
It's all good, sister.
Black power.
Black power, Sister Patrcia. Stay strong, Queen.
OC.
Keep your head up.
OC, you hear me?
You know.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
I will.
Yeah, what's going on?
Like what OC said earlier, like someone made a comment that, like he said, someone made a comment about a woman shouldn't have a gun and all that. She shouldn't be in a part of the forefront of the movement. You wouldn't tell Harriet that 70% of the party, 66, 69, predominantly what? Female. You hear me? So it's like we got to give our women, we got to put our women back on that pedestal. You know what I mean? Empower our women. I always felt like Krystal Muhammad, she was the voice. I always felt like Michi X, she knew what she was saying. See, a lot of these women, they know how to really orchestrate this shit. A lot of these men, they going left. They're afraid. They're afraid to bleed, believe me. You hear me? And I'm talking about, I ain't just talking about now. I ain't talking about, in fact, no other organization. I'm talking about coming into this thing. We was up and running. We had a drop on all. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I know where their mindset's at. So this ain't about just holding no event. You hear me? This ain't about that. They're talking about leadership and what my leader talking about. Because Bobby said it ain't no problem to get off on them. Huey said ain't no problem to get off on them. The first lesson is I am a doomed man. They don't preach that. You hear me? And understand this also, these ain't the times of the 60s and the 70s. We don't have that same black unity like we once had back in the days, and we still didn't have it then. All honor Billy Kyle, Jesse Jackson, Ray Woods coming out today. You hear them saying the black agent. You know, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like, when they asking about the Tulsa event, I felt it, but I've been through so much chaos with these black organizations. I'm talking about coming in from RBGs, bro. You hear me? We don't know who to stand with, who to side with now. You know, so that's a major
Black
issue.
Power.
And I'm saying that from social media.
Black Power, Delta.
Social media is the issue
Delta, Delta, go back to what you're saying about Billy Kyles and Jesse Jackson. Because, see, that's the kind of energy we're dealing with right now. Billy Kyles and Jesse Jackson made an agreement with the state. And they made an agreement with the state to be to step up and so-called be the leaders of black people once Dr. King was assassinated. And they collaborated with the state.
Yeah.
On the day that Jesse Jackson and Perry Cos collaborated with the state. And they would be the ones that the state would prop up to be the so-called leaders of black people once King was taken out. And this is what we're dealing with today.
Yeah, right.
People who are collaborating with the state. Let's not forget about the counterintelligence program.
Al Sharpton.
The counterintelligence program said that they must discredit, disrupt, and destroy the Black Power movement. They specifically named the Black Panther Party in the Nation of Islam. There are no NAACP political prisoners. There are no Urban League political prisoners. There are no US organization political prisoners. The political prisoners of the Black Nation are Black Panthers and Black Liberation Army.
Yeah.
Who stand on the same ideology, code of conduct, rules and regulations as a new Black Panther Party. And these brothers who were expelled from our organization because they did not honor the rules and regulations, i.e. AJ, abandoned his post behind somebody said he farted. Amun and Yokanon, who attempted to do coups, were expelled under my formation. Babu was under our formation. Now, are you saying that the years that you was in our formation, that you did not agree with my leadership? I beg to differ. Because y'all were in Hemp Hill with us when we surrounded the whole sheriff department with guns when Alpha Wright was murdered and slaughtered. Y'all were in. The same brothers were in Baton Rouge in 2016 when Alton Sterling was slaughtered and we went toe-to-toe against the police. In 2016, Michael Xavier Johnson took a stand against the police, and so did Gavin Long in Baton Rouge. Xavier Johnson took a stand against the pigs in Dallas. They put a drone on him and blew him up. Gavin Long was killed in Baton Rouge. The funny part about it, although we didn't know about it, the state claims that these men claim that they were influenced by the new Black Panther Party under this formation. The state is always targeting this formation. And right after you got the same people, AJ, Babu, Amun, they never came nowhere. Yokanon was over somewhere taking interviews where everybody else was in jail. He didn't stand against us with the police. In 2016, after we stood solid with the people against the pigs in Baton Rouge, these Negroes went on a counterattack. Not attacking the police who attacked the people, but attacking Sister Krystal in our formation by saying, look at them. They going against the police. You getting arrested. Yeah, bitch. That's what happens when you go check the police. It's highly likely that you could get arrested, but we got out. Not only did we get out, we sued them and won. We sued the whole state of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, the sheriff, the police, and we won. And then what y'all start pushing this campaign about, we ain't trying to go back. It's Blue Lives Matter in Louisiana. But we don't give a fuck about no Blue Lives Matter. It's Black people. And look at some of these Blue Lives Matter people. Grandmaster Jay did a video where he took off his Black Lives Matter shirt and said Blue Lives Matter. AJ made a statement about he's not going to demonstrate in Louisiana because of the Blue Lives Matter state. And he been shaking in his boots when he went to our third demonstration. We had 2 more demonstrations, 3 more demonstrations after they arrested us in Baton Rouge in July of 2016 for Alton Sterling. We kept going and we keep going. We just left Baton Rouge the Thursday before Tulsa. And none of you niggas showed up for Ronald Green. Not one. It was a new Black Panther Party with the people against the pig. While y'all over there coordinating with the fucking popo. And go tell us, well, we don't want y'all to come. I know, we don't want y'all to speak. Why? Because we're going to say the stuff we saying right now. We're going to say, fuck the police. We're going to ask you, what the hell are you doing? We have never, in all our demonstrations, we have shut down multiple police departments, DA's offices, governor's mansions, city halls, state capitals. Not one time have we pulled a permit. Sometimes we had guns, sometimes we didn't. But we faced our enemy, eyeball to eyeball. And this is what they have a problem with. Because see, the new thing that they trying to do, get a bunch of motherfuckers with guns, pull a permit, go march around, and tuck your tails and go back home. Because as soon as the cracker approach you, as soon as the police approach you, you about faced it. Like y'all just did in Tulsa. Y'all about faced it. And then call the pigs to lead y'all in down Greenwood. Now that was a disgrace.
That's tough. So I'll tell you this. I do wanna holler at my dude Daren Podcast. I'm gonna tell you, brother, I listened to one of your videos and you was going in. You know what I'm saying? So I know you got things to say, things you want to put down. But right after you, I want to pull up some receipts, you know. So yeah, we can get into that. You know what I'm saying? But Daren Podcast, what's up, brother? Black Power.
Black Power was good to all y'all. So I'm definitely not gonna be on here speaking as much as y'all did. I just wanted to get on here and show my face to show that I'm riding for Krystal, you know. All the bullshit that's being talked on Tarkin show, as you know, I don't like them. Let me rewind back to when you said something about the receipts. Thanks to Krystal, I was able to have some receipts. And on my podcast, if you go and look at, I think the title's something about 11 domestic charges. The receipts is there if anybody wants to see. He really does have child abuse cases and domestic. This dude, he was a violent dude, you know. He tries to act like he wasn't, but yeah, he was a violent dude. He has an anger problem and, you know, all types of shit. As you see, he's steady being messy, trying to down Krystal and everybody. He even downed you. Like, honestly, the video he made about I'm talking about UOC, the video of you talking about GMJ's court date, like just little petty shit like that I don't like. So yeah, I know Toronto, you're gonna watch this. I'm steady on your ass. I'm not done. I haven't been on here in a while because I've been in the hospital and shit, heart problems, kidney problems. But I'm back, bitch. And I'm coming for you, Toronto. You about to see a lot of us is about to get together and destroy your ass on this internet shit. Yeah, I'm like I said, I don't got much to say, but I'm riding for Krystal, riding for everybody on this on this platform right now. And just wanted everyone to know that's what it is.
So,
what video was you talking about that you seen?
Black Power, brother Daren.
Yeah, the one that you're talking about, where you was actually going in on you know, Tahaka Bay, or what's his name actually?
Toronto.
You kept
Toronto.
You kept saying that too. You know what I mean? So it was interesting. I say that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the video I checked out. So with that, you know, I mean,
hey,
let's go ahead and show some receipts. Go ahead. What's that?
And I'll throw this out there too, man, while you go ahead and pull up something. When it come down to it, bro, like they talking about, they crying wolf about to pull up when you saying that, because Buddy disrespected Florida. He said, he came out his mouth when he said that to me. You hear me? So like I said, when it comes to impact, our department, GDs, BDs, Latin Kings, you feel them underground, this is over here. We for the field about rebuilding. We got men on the inside of prisons right now, steady hollering impact under GD growth and development. You feel me? So it's like, when we first came out, we came out to really do this shit and really build the field. So if we was really on some violent shit, I'll say that to say this. He talking about Big Shirley. Well, Big Shirley is the one that spared you, bro. Krystal Muhammad, she made sure nothing happened to that boy. You understand me? Krystal Muhammad made sure that nobody harmed a fucking hair on Tahara Bay.
They didn't have to go live.
Grandmaster Jay curved that shit with Tariq. See, I can come out and say this here. You feel me? So I can come out here and say that. You know, so it could have went left. It could have been went left. You know, so that's our time right here. You know what I mean? To come out and really go ahead and get a line of some motherfucking praise right now, man. She been putting in work, bro. You know what I mean? Like I see my comrade over there also, Ozone. Yeah, Ozone found his home. You know what I mean? He comfortable, man. So it's like, I really want to mend this shit. You know, because we know our mindset. We know what we own. You feel me? So it's like, if we're going to fix this shit, we got to do it today, not tomorrow. But we standing in honor for Krystal Muhammad, the Panther overall, NFAC, NFAR. That's where I'm at. All honor, Daren, man, NFAR.
All honor. Salute, bro. Salute.
Indeed. So, Brother Daren, if you want to, talk about what's going on, what we see on the screen right here, you know.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Kendrick, you're calling me right now, but let me do this real quick, and I'm gonna call you right back.
Mm-hmm.
But
so we're looking at the Maryland, the case on Toronto Johnson, aka Tahaka Bay. The brother always talk about receipts. I got the receipts. Here's a receipt here. Brother Daren pointed out he has 11 cases now. I'm not sure if you could see that or see this because it's a couple of pages, and I have a whole nother document as well on the brother. But as you could see, these cases, domestic violence, and I mean, it seemed like it's just been a continuous thing, from back in '98, then pretty much just a consistent, thing. But all case closed and stuff like that inactive. But if you want to, talk more about it, you definitely can.
Okay. So the case type, if y'all see the case type, you'll see DV, that's domestic violence, and then CONT, that's contempt. But if there's two pages, there's three, but the last page doesn't really show nothing. But you can see there's 11 domestic violences. And then right there, you see it says child abuse. It's 2005 and 2014. He tried to say it was 20 years ago. His baby mother made up some bullshit, but he didn't mention the 2014. He didn't mention. He only mentioned one time. Everybody on his page is gonna say, "Hey, I believe you. I know it was all bullshit," but he still, anytime anyone brings this up, he knocks it down. Sometimes he'll say, you see them people make videos talking about I'm a child abuser." He was really talking about me and shit. But this is the exact info I got right here, and he still won't say anything about it. Like he for real beat his kids, y'all. That's why his baby. I mean, he's admitted on his show he don't really communicate with all his kids, and this is why he used to beat their ass, and that's why he's not with his baby mom. He has two baby moms, not the one he's with now, but the other one. He says that they got a good relationship, but no, the fuck they don't. No, they don't. And honestly, I'm trying to find her. And I wanted her to tell the truth because I know there's some shit that she has to say about him. He used to be a bad dude, for real. I mean, I know a bunch of us been in the streets, done some shit, but like me, I've admitted some shit that I've done. I've changed, but he's a felon. He cannot have a gun. So anytime he says, "Yeah, I got that thing that go bang bang," yeah, he might be able to, have it illegally, but he can't have it like us. That's why I don't understand why he's making so many damn enemies. It's like, bruh.
Yeah. So I mean,
I got it now, comrade.
Yeah. So the thing is, the reason why we even bring this person up, because like I don't even understand how people can even go on this platform and even trust anything that he's about. First off, and then the second thing is, this dude is a goofball. You know what I'm saying? He want to monetize off.
You know what?
And
hey, have you seen the chat? Somebody saying the N-word.
Okay.
When Jay did the announcing, like I keep telling folks, I'm not just no average member of In Fact. This is what we built up together. So when Jay denounced me, when I came
Trolls came on through. My fault.
I went to other platforms. I went to other platforms, and Tahara Bay was the last option because Tahara Bay don't really have a platform. You feel me? So it's like, but he was interested in the case. So my thing is like, well, we got to get this intel out there because I don't know exactly what's going on. So I felt like, that's in dire need for the people. So that's why I went to Ty. Ty contacted us. Ty contacted Tornado. Everything that this man is doing online, that's all I tell him. And then be honest behind the scene that what it was with the fallout between me and him. Like when I went underground, man, I went to set the foundation. That's what I was doing. So Ty was supposed to plug the foundation and the security team, an 8-man security team, which I also wanted Ozone to be a part of. Tornado, Phil. It's a lot of intel that's unspoken of. It's a lot of members out here. Media Circle, in fact, has never came forward. You feel me? So the truth behind the matter is that we can't continue to allow these black folks today to use the black tyranny, the black hashtag as a fucking fad. You feel me? We can't allow that. You know what I mean? Just because you put an uncle on a dashiki and all that, you jump online and they make you a moderator, don't mean you're here for the people. Because when we went out there, we expected not to make it back. Every time I step out here, I'm expecting not to make it back. That's why I keep this motherfucker on me. You feel me? That's just my mindset. So they don't understand that revolutionary energy. This is what you were sent to do. You hear me? This is what you were sent to do. And this is our job. So it's like, like I said before, pick your point. I have no issue with Jay. I'm letting that go. But I'm saying to Jay, today, not tomorrow, you owe more, bro. You owe more. You owe NFAC more. You owe me more. You owe Ozone more. You owe KFO. Those that sacrifice life and limb, sacrifice their own children, bro, for this movement that we knew nothing about. I'm going to say this also. AJ, Babu, all of them, they started it. Jay infiltrated it. You hear me? The line is here. She been here. You hear me? The Krystal Muhammad been here. You hear me? Putting work in. I'm talking about over there 10, 15 years. So that's my mindset when it comes down to it. Where we going to go from here? 30 years. Shit. My bad.
30 years.
You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying.
I'm 49 years old.
I remember that. I remember that. That's why I come out here and I can say that. I can tell you all kind of shit. For real.
Look, let me say this right quick on what Daren just brought up on Tahaka Bay's rap sheet. See, Tahaka Bay has spent his whole life abusing black people, robbing black people, assault on black people, so much violence on black people, 11 domestic violence cases. The whole from 98 to 2016, he was a terrorist. He was brutalizing black people. Contrary. My whole life has been fighting for black people, fighting for black people. He came around, I guess what I can first see, Tahaka Bay would have came around in 2018 when Malik had his 10-man march, Justice RL's 10-man march in DC. That's the first time I ever seen Tahaka Bay. Now, in 2016, 2014, just 4 years before that, you still was a man of no honor. Now all of a sudden you put on a red fez and try and reinvent himself. But look at how he's reinventing himself. His program is called More-ish World TV. Not more. More-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And his platform, he attacks Moors.
Yeah. He
attacks Hebrews. He attacks Black Panthers. He attacks the nation. He has made several pro-police posts.
All on the comrade. Uh-huh.
He has made posts saying that people need to join the police department.
Damn.
He has made posts against black gun formations. He even had a video against Talib. He threatened to do a series against Malik. But what he has done has made a name for himself. First, he got his viewership up attacking NFAC. His largest viewership came when he bought Deltarune. Second to that was when he bought Neon. He has bought a platform on social media, a man who beats 11 domestic violence cases. And you got all these domestic violence cases, and you have all these felonies for robbery, aggravated assault, and domestic violence. You gotta have some kind of pull with these goddamn people. Who the fuck are you to get away with 11 domestic violence and 3 child abuse cases? Who the fuck are you? With your rap sheet as bad as it was
myself finna die real quick.
Before that, just think.
Yeah,
my bad.
Go down real quick, so I'm
go ahead, Delta.
Yeah, myself finna go down.
Shit. But look, how can somebody get away with all these damn cases? That's my boy Kendrick.
What it do?
How y'all doing? Everybody doing all right? How y'all doing?
We doing good, brother Kendrick. Black Power, how are you doing?
Good, Black Power.
And then we got my boy Rahsaan on. Black Power.
Black Power. Black Power.
Man, the comrades is coming out left and right.
Real quick. You know, we must have cracked the code or something. All the trolls then just popped up in the chat. So I need moderators. Yeah, I need moderators. You know what I'm saying? So I'm checking for moderators. You know what I mean? So it's going crazy right now. You must have said.
I can't see the trolls. What the trolls are saying?
Man, they saying some racist shit.
Like what?
Like kill all N-words.
The interesting thing is it didn't pop up until we start showing the cases.
Yeah, but since Tahaka Bay got a lot of white folks on his page. He got a lot of white people on his page.
This is something different, but continue. Like,
okay.
Fix it, yeah.
All right, hey. You know, here you go. That's any human soul that's watching this program. Use discernment. Use common sense. Here you have brothers who have made threats towards a revolutionary sister and a revolutionary formation. Here we have brothers who have stood in principle to speak against this foolishness. We got our brother Rahsaan, General Rahsaan on. You know, when he was a former NBPP Newton Gun Club, I don't know if he's still pseudo that, but I know that he has spoken up against the counter-revolutionary activity. And let him speak for himself. You know what I'm saying? We got brother Kendrick, who's been down there in Louisville fighting for justice for Breonna and other freedom fighters. And I believe, are you still a political in a political asylum, Kendrick?
Yeah, I've been stuck in the house for a little bit over 90 days now. But
yeah, he's in political asylum.
I put in a motion to appeal the situation, so I'm waiting to hear back. But yeah, I still got that situation going on.
See, those of us who fight against the police, this is what we go through. But the ones who working with the police, they got their chest out.
Kendrick, are you on house arrest?
No, I'm not on house arrest. It's just they pretty much got a witch hunt going on for me. They pulled up at my house. They was probably about 30 cops deep, surrounding my house with guns and try to negotiate for me to come out the house. And I told them I don't feel comfortable turning myself into them, especially knowing, what I participated in as far as the Breonna Taylor case. Then on top of that, we've had I think 7 people in the last 2 months, last 3-4 months. I think it's been 4 months total. 7 people die in our jail. So I'm not comfortable with going there, especially for contempt of court, which is a non-violent charge. You know what I mean? It's contempt. We can find other ways to, to get that situation taken care of. I can pay a fine or whatever, but I shouldn't have to risk my life by going into a jail where people are dying. On top of that, they've made me public enemy number 1. So I'm
need to move. You gotta move. For real.
I'm good right now, bro.
Let's not go into tactic and strategy on this YouTube.
Right.
Black Power.
I'm good on that right now. But I want to say this though, Krystal. That man Tahaga Bay, he's took the opportunity to attack everybody. And I know he's had shows about you. I know he had the show. I feel like OC, I feel like you did an outstanding job, man. I watched when you went on there, you handled him perfectly. You beat him at his own game. You wouldn't engage with the immature stuff that he wanted you to engage in, and you actually came out on top because you look very mature. And of course, with him being older, he's supposed to be, an elder and supposed to be teaching. You actually gave him a very valuable lesson, and he's still trying to recover from that because you made him look real bad. I know Krystal, you went on there and you wasn't afraid to go on the show, which is his home field. The thing about Tahaga, he keeps getting us all to come into his space.
We went to his bitch ass house.
But he won't come into our space. He won't come on your platform. He won't come on my Facebook where people are non-biased. So he's going to keep on coming out victorious when it's on his channel because he's controlling the comments. I don't know if y'all pay attention, but he goes as far as deleting anybody that supports y'all's comments. He deletes a lot of stuff. I
can have about 3. I can have at least 40 people message me about how he blocked them. 40 people.
Yeah, he's basically running a cult, and I think Daren did a good job too with what he advertised about Tahaga. But unfortunately, Daren don't have the following that Tahaga has, so the word hasn't getting out. So I'm working on a project right now where I'm going to expose him. So we just got to beat him at his own game. That's all.
Well, see, the great got a following strong as he does, or stronger. Yeah. And his platform is not based off of attacking black people. He highlights the work of the black movement.
Well, I feel like OC is the only person that I've seen that's came to his channel and Tahaga could not stop him from beating him. Like OC kept his composure. See, a lot of us, me, Delta, we've gotten positioned to where we kind of lost our composure. OC went on there and just kept it a level head and didn't engage with the foolery, didn't engage with trying to be screaming loud. I think it's something we can all learn from.
I didn't lose my composure. He muted me.
That's what I'm
being
saying.
Being a male pig that he is.
Whatever the tactic may have been, it wasn't able to work against OC. Like OC got off what he was trying to get off.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, man. I mean, the dude a goofball to me. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew what he was about. You know what I mean? So I feel like he came from a certain platform and he just kind of, took it to a whole different level. You know what I mean? So he came from the side of the platform where, I mean, I don't know, it's known for them to make money off the black community in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, at this point, he's doing the exact same thing, but carrying it on. Just want to sign the students. You know what I mean? So, but it's just very interesting. I'm just confused on the people that actually go to his platforms because I know I'm not the only one that can see, what he's about. You know what I mean? So I know he has a following and things like that, but you know, to have like the certain generals to actually pop on that platform is just confusing to me. You know what I'm saying? So it just feel like he's just making money off of. He don't even care about what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? I never see him outside with us, stuff like that. So it's just interesting to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's when I chose to separate from him. When I realized he really don't care, because I used to text him, you know, off the record and stuff, and I start realizing he really don't care. And I can't associate with nobody that's just doing it for super chats and doing it for money. I can't be about that. I'm all fine with anybody making money. I'm cool with that. But make money and also make progress within the movement.
There's no balance in what he's doing. Like I told him, I'm like, yo, you could talk about, you know, more science. You could talk about, you know, uplifting these certain organizations and things like that. But you have no balance what you're doing. You're not even a part of this movement. But for some reason, you talking about it consistently and then talking down and talking about people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I don't even understand why people even go on this platform unless they with that agenda that he's about. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's my whole thing. I appreciate you, brother Kendrick, for actually popping on, because I actually seen your interview with Major TV. You know what I'm saying? So I know there was kind of controversy. You know, y'all kind of had words, you know, back and forth, you know, things like that. But I can definitely appreciate anybody that tells the truth. You know what I'm saying? And they just stand on it. You know what I mean? Okay. So, you know, that's real. That's commendable. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Hey, Krystal, I wanted to ask you a question because I know you've probably had more experience with Tahaga Bey than any of us as far as, you know, this whole crap that he's doing. He's done a few segments on you and the Black Panther Party. Does it seem like to you, I'm like the businessman in me is making me think outside the box. Does it seem like to you that Tahaga Bey could possibly be in business with Grandmaster Jay to where he's the person that's going to capitalize off the downfall of Grandmaster Jay? Because everybody has a rise and everybody has a fall. And it seemed like they got it covered to where they made money off the rise. And now you got people like Tahaga that's profiting off the fall. You think that could be all one business?
My personal opinion is that Tahaga is working with these white folks. I don't think it's Grandmaster Jay. I think he's coming off as the Negro that'll go and say everything that these white folks want to say. Tahaga Bey is the Negro that says everything that these white folks want to say. You ever watch him when he got white folks on the show? Oh, he be cool in a way. But as soon as he get everybody he's bought on his show that's black, he turns around and stabs them in the back. Mm-hmm. He uses his whole platform to talk down on the Black Power movement. Any organization that is about black separation, black liberation. He talks about the Moors. He talks about the Hebrew. He talks about the nation. He talks about the Panthers. He talked about you. He talked about ozone. He talked about OC the Great. Everybody knows that I'm so pro-black. In fact, Yochanan, when they came into position or from their formation, they went around Houston telling everybody that I was a black supremacist, that I hated white people. Well, fuck, anybody that knows me know that I don't fuck with crackers. That's not no secret. Even the crackers know that. And they still be trying to kiss our feet. They sit outside of our events. Tell them, Sean. We tell them, you can't come in here. They will wait outside for hours on the sidewalk for years. This has been going on for years. In Houston, in New Orleans, in Mississippi, in Louisiana, in Georgia. And we tell them straight the truth. Black people gonna take care of black people business. You go and teach your granddaddy and your daddy and your uncle and your cousin about the racism that they doing.
Right.
You can't come tell black people what to do about black people business. Go and teach your people about racism. That's what we tell them. Do you know that it was white people coming up to me in Houston telling me that Yochanan and them was talking about I was a black racist? The same crackers that already knew me for years that know that I'm not a black racist. I'm a black supremacist. It is a difference. I believe that we are the original. I believe and know that we are the original people of the planet Earth. I believe and know that our ancestors were stolen from the motherland of Africa and forced to work under slave labor across the globe. This is a fact. I know and believe for a fact that our ancestors are the original inhabitants of America and every corner of the earth. So we have a right to the self-determination on no matter what land that we stand on. I know that this criminal enterprise called the United States government has been committing ethnic cleansing and genocide against our people. And their main perpetrators of this ethnic cleansing and genocide is the police. And the police work for the city as employees. And the police work for the state as employees. And the police work for the federal government as a police. Just as in the days of slavery, it was the United States government who sent their Navy ships to enslave us. Just as in the days of Jim Crow, it was the law of the United States government to keep us in second-class Jim Crow. And I'm not going to bite my tongue on that. Sure, there was a few Europeans and other people who stood on the side of justice, but they are far and few and in between.
All right.
And I know that it requires us as black people to take care of our black business. We're not going to compromise on that. So, does anybody have a problem with us being self-determined, with us taking care of our own, with us fighting off this ethnic cleansing and genocide that is going on? I don't care if they black or white, because the Europeans know and has always used black against black. And that's the only way they stay in power. The only way they stay in power.
But at
chattel slavery today.
At some point, though, Krystal, you got to realize, because to me, and I'm open to having a debate, a positive debate. People don't understand there's something called a positive debate. I'm open with having a positive debate with you about this topic, because at some point we got to realize that black people, like people with the same color skin as us, is playing a way bigger role than we talk about in this whole situation. Like you just said, the police is number one, but I don't think that's the case no more, because last time I checked, I see where rappers are poisoning communities, and rappers are getting into the kids' head, which are killing way more people than the police. And these agendas are controlled by the white man, but yet these are black people who are following through with these plans, these blueprints, and actually making these songs to talk about poison our community with drugs, okaying it for people to go out and kill each other. So when you break it down to just white people, I hear your argument.
I agree. But these are the states.
But where I beg the difference, it's no longer just white people. And I'm never going to have a mind frame that I don't mess with, as you call them, crackers or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, my main issue with white people is racism. But I also got to carry that same issue with the people that have the same skin as me, because I see people that are black that are doing more killing than white people.
I agree. That's why I said I agree. I agree, Kendrick. And that's why I said, since the days when chattel slavery started, they have used brothers who look like us to carry on their dirty work. This is why we even having this discussion tonight. The new Black Panther Party is clear. We don't allow Europeans into our formation. They send in Negroes to cause the problem. If you look at the people who came against me, they were all kicked out of the new Black Panther Party. A.J. Frazier was kicked out in 2018 for abandoning his post in Mississippi when we were dealing with the lynching of Willie Jones Jr. in 2018. Moon was kicked out the new Black Panther Party in 2016 when he was involved in a failed coup to get me out of position in 2016. Yochanan was kicked out the new Black Panther Party in 2014 when he also was a part of a failed coup to get me out of position. And their whole modus operandi, each time they said because we was going against the police and that we was pro-Black. Basically, they said, I'm too pro-Black. We wouldn't work with the cracker. I already know. This been going. Marcus Garvey was betrayed by a Black man. Martin Luther King was betrayed by a Black man. It goes on and on. We know that they use our own Denmark Basic, Nat Turner. This has been going on since the days of the plantation. They always get some buck dancing, cooning ass Negro. This is nothing new.
We gotta realize we can't.
So what we do, they are operatives. They are operatives of white supremacy. They are operatives of white supremacy.
We gotta realize,
and that is
we can't just narrow it down to.
And that is the core of what is the problem.
Understand, white supremacy is a mindset now. White supremacy is an institution. No, white supremacy is an institution that has been in place. You got a lot of black people who got the mind frame and think like white supremacy.
Kendrick. Stop rocking the fence. Stop swaying the fence.
I'm not swaying no fence.
White supremacy is white supremacy.
I'm calling the spade the spade. I think
white supremacy is white supremacy. Negroes work under white supremacies. Asians work under white supremacy. Arabs work under white supremacies. Every race are tools of white supremacy.
That's why I'm saying.
Let's not play games about it.
Color thing. It's a mindset.
This is nothing new. What we going through now is far less than what our ancestors went through when we were sold on the block. And everybody participated. In Louisiana, we had black people who had plantations. This is nothing new. In Louisiana, they had black plantation owners. This is nothing new, but it's all about the system of white supremacy because they did not want to be black. Just like today, you got people who literally don't really believe in blackness. They don't really believe in black power. They have actually quit. They don't really believe in it. And they are so sick with it that's why they got a problem with us because we believe in it. See, the problem with me, it's really not that I'm a woman. That's just on the surface. That's an easy, low-hanging fruit. The problem is that we don't fuck with them white folks and we check their wicked ass system. Because their system has fucked us all up. Their system has black people selling out black people. And everybody in the world is getting rich and they get favor with the white man if they fuck over the black man. Period. And everybody knows that. And this is not new. If you talking down on black people, if you black, white, Mexican, they'll give you $1 million. If you convincing black people to destroy other black people, they will make you a star. Keep it 100. It's the system of white supremacy that's going on over the whole entire planet. Listen, I'm saying this is nothing new. This has been going on.
Right.
If you are for and you stand uncompromisingly for black people, you will come in the bullseye, such as myself and the comrades. If you straddling that fence in any shape, form, or fashion, they will bring you in. They will bite you in.
I don't think you using terms like straddler and fence, and I heard what you're saying, and I heard what you basically trying to say, but ain't no straddling, no fence over here. I'm
not talking about you, Kendrick. Kendrick, why are you talking about you?
But I'm trying to clear it up for myself. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you, brother.
I just want to put
I'm
it out
talking
there.
about. I'm talking about period.
To get you to think beyond skin color. Because this is bigger than skin color now. This war is bigger than that.
No, Kendrick. The only people say that is people who are involved with white people.
That's not true.
White race.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
I'm surrounded. Listen, it's no
Kendrick,
secret.
You know what?
It's no
this is another distraction.
Look, brother. That's not why I feel.
Okay, listen. This is a distraction.
I feel the way I feel because I see a lot of black people,
Kendrick,
a lot of people like
Kendrick.
that are doing damage to our culture. That's why I feel this way.
We know that. We already said that it is about skin color. Bro, are you a black man?
Yeah,
it is about skin color. The police don't shoot down white boys. The police are not shooting down Arabs. The police are not shooting down Chinese. They are massively shooting down black people. Black people are skin color. They don't give a damn about anything about anything. Are you black? If you black, they will slaughter you. Ain't nobody on this earth.
But Krystal, what is the bigger issue? Is the bigger issue when it comes to
that is the bigger issue?
What's the bigger issue? Rap? What the rap music is telling our kids?
Why are you talking about rappers, man? Kendrick,
I'm trying to ask
you are getting off the subject. Why don't you just be a black man and speak up for black men and black people for a change?
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Why don't you speak against black people and be black for a moment?
You're not hearing what I'm saying. Yes, the police.
I'm not, because you are not. You are deflecting and you are getting off the subject. It is about black people. You won't stand up for black people. You will not acknowledge the fact that it is black people being under attack by white supremacy. And this is what you and these other people have a problem with us about, because we're going to keep it real.
I don't have a problem.
It's not about.
I don't even know
look, Kendrick, you're switching the subject. You are deflecting.
Individual. I don't have a problem with nobody.
All right, look. Maybe you need another show, because what you've done at this moment is come in and switch the subject. And you never stick to black people.
That's cool with me.
You never stick to black people. You won't acknowledge the plight of black people.
Like I stated,
you always act like it's not about skin. That's a goddamn lie. It is about race.
If we can't
stop lying about it,
I'm cool with that. You know, I don't mind leaving the show.
Look. You are in denial, and I'm not. Is this this? It's ridiculous. Let's get Rahsaan on.
You know what? Go ahead, comrade. Rahsaan, comrade. Y'all get me?
Can we hear Rahsaan? We can't. OC the Great. It looks like OC the Great is frozen. This is crazy. Why are we wasting our time talking about it's not about skin color? We know damn well it's about race. We can hear you, Delta. Go ahead, Delta. You the only one we can hear. Yeah, Rahsaan trying to talk. We can't hear him.
Yeah, like
can y'all hear me?
To even just jump into that. Yeah, I hear you. OC.
Okay, I can hear you.
Well, Rahsaan trying to come in.
We good.
You can't hear the comrade. Pop out the mute. Unmute the comrade, Rahsaan.
Rahsaan is muted. I'm gonna mute my phone. See if that'll help.
Hold on. You may have to.
Maybe
you may have to go out
mute
and come back in.
OC.
No, we can hear you now, Rahsaan. Let's let Rahsaan go for a second.
Yeah, Papa got to come back in.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, John. No, is that OC?
Yeah.
OC, can you hear us? Delta.
It got to be the Scream app. This should be acting like this app.
Didn't even get to play the videos of the brother making the threat. There's been a whole deflection.
What about now? What about now? Go
ahead, Sean. We can hear you. Go.
Yeah, okay, cool. To veggie back what Kendrick was talking about the coons, and there's more black people that's doing more harm to black people than white people. You got to understand, how do a person become a coon? You got to understand that white supremacy is behind the coons. If it wasn't for white supremacy, there would be no coons now. Okay, so coons are motivated by white supremacy. And I don't even want to get on the hip hop, but we already know that who controls hip hop. It ain't us. We don't control the media. We don't control the music at all. But we got people dying every day. You go to social media and somebody's getting harassed, somebody's getting shot every single day by police officers. That's a problem. And dealing with rap, that's one thing. That's one thing. But you're talking about killing some people of ours that we can't bring back, and nobody paid the price for our people being, lynched and anything like that. So we know what the real problem is, man. And so we can't be fighting a little small enemy. We got to go and cut the head off the dragon. The dragon is white supremacy. The dragon is these race soldiers out here. The dragon is this white man system. We know what time it is. And our forefathers, as far as Malcolm, Khalid, Abdul Muhammad, and all of these, man, like, I'm a revolutionary. I'm not with the Hotep stuff. I'm not with the Kumbaya conscious stuff. I'm about really want to knock some heads off, and I shouldn't say that on this platform. But the thing is, man, we have to get militant. We tried everything else after slavery. We did everything else, and it didn't work. Talking don't work. Trying to have peace with the white man sure ain't gonna work. So, then you got people like Taharka, man. We already got to deal with shit like that. He's doing the white man's, working the white man's hand by talking against black revolutionaries. You know what I mean? And this dude here, he's been a fraud. I've been watching a whole bunch of shit from him since the Sinetta days. And so, the thing is, man, we got to recognize who's the main enemy. When we look at coons, we got to understand who's the puppet master. I'm not looking at the puppet, I'm looking at the puppet master. And that's it. I don't want to be long-winded, man, but our main problem ain't black folks who do shit against us. That's a problem, but that's not the ultimate problem. The ultimate problem is they goddamn white man. That's it.
And my boy Kendrick, I love you, Kendrick, man. Hold on. My boy Kendrick, I love you, Kendrick, man. You have a beautiful heart. Like, you have Kendrick represents most black people. Let's do like this. Kendrick represents most black people. Most black people have that heart like Kendrick. The majority of the black people have a heart like Kendrick. They have a sort of they look at all people as one. But see, our enemy don't think like you, Kendrick. Our enemy, in fact, is as good as you are. They going against you. They're not going against you because you are humanitarian and you care about all people. They going against you because you went against a system of injustice. You had the nerve, the mitigated audacity to stand up for what happened to Breonna Taylor. You had the power to affect other people to follow you, and that they don't say, "Oh, look at Kendrick, he's such a good man." No, they attack you. They attack you. They didn't attack that white lawyer who you really cracked the Breonna Taylor case for. They didn't attack him because he's a part of their system. You're not on political asylum or trying to get asylum for a fake ass contempt of court for no reason. You went against their system. It is a system. And at the end of the day, this government was founded on the slaughter of black people and indigenous people of this land, who mostly are black. Because the indigenous people were black people. If we go in and do the history of who the original people are of this land, see, you can't enslave somebody that knows the territory. Do you know how long the enslavement process took? Do you know how long this war has been of black against white? This thing got so many tentacles. See, I see when my brother speaks, Kendrick doesn't come on maliciously. When he was on Tahaka show, when he speaks, you are looking into the mind of so many black people who have a problem. I got a problem with these dumbass rappers with this dumbass music. But look who owns the music industry.
True.
The same families who own the slave ship.
Get my whole pack of cigarettes on there.
Look, Sony, Universal, Warner Brothers, Viacom, Clear Channel is one more. It's only 6 companies that run this music industry. Those same 6 companies run the private prison industry. Those same companies fund the school to prison pipeline. Those same companies are the companies of the families who funded the slave trade, the bankers, the insurance companies. We can narrow it down to families. Right there in your state, Mitch McConnell. And then Mitch McConnell got a coon-ass son-in-law named who was Attorney General. And his coon-ass let them peers that murdered Breonna Taylor walk. And that's the same system of white supremacy that's got these trumped up charges on you. And we know for a fact that they got Negroes who do their dirty work. This is what we talking about. But those Negroes are doing the dirty work of so-called white supremacy. So-called. Because they're really not supreme.
Be careful, okay?
But, you know, my brother, I don't want to come across, you know, because there's a lot of people that think like Brother Kendrick. But we're not going to baby talk the situation. We're not going to scapegoat the cracker just because they got their Negroes doing their dirty work. This is what this whole show is about. Black people marching around with guns, but being led by the police. And we and trying to send pigs into our organization and trying to get us to compromise on our principles and trying to get us to not go hard on the system. We're not going to allow that. And I don't want anybody to think I'm coming against my brother Kendrick, because I know he got a pure heart. But I'm just trying to get you to see what we saying, brother. You just like my you just like my mama and everybody. You that's the your mercy. Your mercy is the nature of a black man. Your mercy is the reason why black people haven't turned this motherfucker country out like we should have been did. I can't hear you, brother.
No, I don't think you understand. I'm with all that. Like with the smoke, with turning the country, I'm with all that. But we wasn't talking about that. We was talking about issues. So what I was saying is we have to, like, to me, just me personally, I think like people like the Tamika D. Mallory's and these fake activists and these people who got the same color skin as us, I think they're doing more damage than the police department to our community. That's just me. I understand that the white man controls all that. They draw up the game plans, but they don't execute them. Black people go out and execute white supremacy's game plan. And what I'm saying is, I'm not comfortable. Me personally, I'm not comfortable with going to war with white supremacy, knowing that behind my back, there's millions of people who got the same color skin as me that has the mind frame, and they're going to carry out the agendas of the white man. What I'm saying is, before we pick that war and before we do what we do to white supremacy, can we turn around and address all these soldiers behind us that are fucked up and got white supremacy mind frames? Like black people.
We didn't pick the war. We didn't pick the war. We didn't pick the war. The war was done on us. We didn't ask for this war. They put it on us. So we at war already, whether we like it or not. That's what we got to realize. That's one thing we got to realize. We at war, whether we like it or not.
We got people behind us picking. We got people behind us, bro, our own color, picking us off while we just going after white people. We got black people behind us picking us off.
Bruh, come on. Have you ever played in a sports team?
Most definitely. I'm an athlete. Grew up an athlete.
Okay. Now you playing on this team, okay? And this team gonna have different players on the team. Some might be white, some might be Mexican, some might be black, but they still playing for the same team. So you very intelligent. You know what we're talking about. We talking about team white supremacy. So fuck them. And team white supremacy uses Negroes, Asians, Arabs, Indians, whites, blacks, you name it.
I get what you're saying with that. You're right.
Okay,
You're
so and you know what? And just recently, look, check this out.
Point shaving? Do you know anything about
check this out? No, check this out. You crazy. Well, wait a minute. Let me, before you get to you, look, check this out, Kendrick. Thursday in Baton Rouge, this just happened to us. Mighty funny you brought up Tamika Mallory. For 1 year straight, we have been battling at the state capitol on this Ronald Green case and Trayvon Pellerin. When the pictures came out last year, remember we showed the pictures of his head gushed out. They had beat him to death. I tried to get to Hawkeye to cover that. He wouldn't talk about that. 1 year straight. When the video comes out, the video came out last month. We started organizing again with the family and the community. We called a demonstration for Thursday. All of a sudden, the state, the same day we got our demonstration to go to the capital of Louisiana, to the governor's mansion, all of a sudden, guess who? Then all of a sudden did a press conference and a demonstration at the same time. The NAACP, the Urban League, the ADL, Tamika Mallory now. They tried to hijack our demonstration. I don't know if they knew what was going on, but when we got there, we said, fuck all that. We're not gonna have two separate demonstrations. We said everybody's gonna stand as one. We're not gonna let y'all come down here with that shit. And we stood as one. And we left there and went to the governor's mansion. And my son, the great, filmed that. I never seen him before in my life. And then afterwards, the pigs tried to run down on the people and the Panthers backed them up. Nobody's talking about that. In fact, what they have done instead is to say, oh, I'm talking about Babu and all these people. They said, oh, we don't want them marching with us. Why don't you want the new Black Panther Party marching with y'all? Because we're making moves like that? Because y'all gotten permits by the state? Because y'all working with the police? And what are you attacking me about? I'm being attacked because I said, fuck the police. I'm being attacked because I said, you are not going to threaten me or anyone else in my formation. I'm being attacked because we called Tahaka Bay out on his coonery. And so this is where we're at. And you are in the situation where you in, but you stood up for black people. Keep it 100. If you just sat over there,
I stood up.
and went on.
Can I tell you something about my situation that y'all don't know about? I stood up. You're right. I stood up, but they never attacked me. They never messed with me until they knew that they have turned the mind frame of people who got the same color skin as me, until they switched their mind frame and they got the okay from the black people in my community to go after me. When they realized I had no backing, they went after me. But when I was out there leading that protest, and when I had people support me, they wouldn't mess with me. They had to first get my people to think like them and to buy into their white supremacy. Then when they realized I had no backing, then they was like, okay, we can do what we want. That woman that stuck charges on me, she was just out with Breonna Taylor's mother yesterday on her birthday. She's been out all week celebrating with those people. Do you think that woman would have stuck charges on me if black people would have stood up and counseled her? Or black people were still supporting me? No. So what I'm saying is their agendas are being carried out by black people. I understand they draw up the plays, but they're using black people to execute, and we need to address it.
And we agree with this. We are saying the same thing, brother.
Yeah, I think I said the same thing. And
we're saying the same thing.
And I want to switch the the energy, the conversation. You know what I mean? And Brother King Kendrick, definitely hit on my email. I think we can really continue that conversation. And if you definitely want to have a healthy debate, then we could definitely make it happen. So I just wanted to switch the energy.
And for the record, I got a lot of respect for Krystal. I just talk with a lot of passion. So anytime I'm talking,
I know it's all good.
I
love the shit out of Kendrick. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think part of the reason why they fucking with you, because you had a nerve enough to fuck with us.
Right. Most definitely.
Let's not forget that. You came on our radio show. They don't like us.
Most definitely.
Man, trust me. To me, all of y'all brothers, y'all are solid. You know what I'm saying? And we had the resources the way we really need it. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick is not by himself, for the record. For those who are listening, the enemy, he has our support and our back. So don't think he's by himself. You know what I'm saying? And come on, we supposed to each one reach one, teach one. We're supposed to be our brother's keeper. So Kendrick always checking on us. We was in South Carolina trying to find Mother Teresa's daughter. Kendrick was checking on us. Every time we doing something, he checking on us. Black power.
Black power. Black power. Power. And yeah. So we've been on here for 3 hours, over 3 hours. So
wow.
We want to bring it to a close. You know what I mean? Like, because I did have some more things we wanted to bring up, because pretty much the whole conversation was with Krystal Muhammad and exactly what's going on with the organizations that's around us, and who's doing what, and who's really
right at the end of the video. Now I can hear OC the Great right at the end of the video. Ain't that some shit? I just
tell you,
hearing it right now, man.
That's wild. I tell you, my internet is all of a sudden has been going in and out, in and out. That's why I've been popping in and out. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
But yeah.
Every time we do a show, man, these brothers with the African Union had us do a show earlier during the year, and it kept cutting out. They said, I don't know what's going on. We never had this problem. We know.
Yeah.
I couldn't get on my show last night.
Crazy. But yeah, so I mean, we did have some more information that we wanted to share, because like I said, for a whole week they've been attacking, different organizations such as yours, and definitely Krystal Muhammad, things like that. So, I don't really know at this point where you want to take it from her. Did you
Can you play that video before it's over? Can you play that video about Bruce threatening?
Okay. So we could definitely get into that. So actually, I'm gonna pull that up right now because I want us to really think about exactly who are we calling our leaders to lead us. You know, there's certain formations of leaders and people that call themselves generals. That's, I would say, either very emotional or very egotistical. You know what I'm saying? So some of these men will talk about women saying, "Oh, they can't lead because they're emotional." But what is the difference between being egotistic and emotional? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of men that's egotistic could actually be emotional as well. You know, we can't really tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna cut through it because it's 11 minutes. I do want to pull up some points, and it's interesting to me. This is the video, Brother Babu, where he threatens Krystal Muhammad. So let me go ahead and play this. Let me put it on the right timestamp.
Be satisfied with permit sisters.
There you go.
For Tulsa, Oklahoma. We got one sister in the Black Power movement who is trying to slander the efforts of what we have going. Listen, man, her name is Krystal Muhammad. I know a lot of you know her, and I know I'm gonna get some backlash for saying her name, but I don't give a fuck because I'm tired, man. I'm tired. We're trying to do the right fucking thing for the right fucking reason. And we've been organizing this shit, man. Y'all been seeing us posting this shit for fucking 90 days. You know, we've been working on this. You know, dealing with the pigs, dealing with the city of fucking Tulsa, dealing with the fucking porch niggas that live in fucking Tulsa that don't want any progression. They are right with where they are. You know what I'm saying? So, Krystal called me last fucking week and wanted to get on the platform. And I told her I did not have a speaking platform for her to be a part of. I am part of the march. We're not doing any talking at the march. So I hooked up with Brother Malik Zulu Shabazz. They really don't fucking have the best relationship. But Malik agreed to let her speak on Sunday, so she was not satisfied with that. So anyway, to make a long story short, man, she's taken to fucking social media. She's taken to Facebook. And she's just slandering the whole damn thing that we're trying to do for the ancestors. This shit is not about no individual, man. I'm really tired of it, man. I'm really tired of the motherfucking conscious community and our hate for each other and our fucking disunity. I'm really at the point where we're going to fucking take the Huey P. Newton Gun Club and disconnect from all this fucking shit. Because we have a higher mission for the people, man. We got a higher fucking mission. And Sister Krystal, you fucking posted on Facebook that I threatened you. That's a goddamn lie. I've never fucking threatened you. Stop with the fucking disunity ass shit. Stop with the fucking feminist ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
So real quick, he just said he would never threaten this sister. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward just a little bit.
Well, before you go to that, number one, I did not call and ask him to speak. We asked about doing the march. He said, "Cool, y'all gonna do the march." I didn't know they were doing the permits and all that. When he turned around and said the next day that he wanted me to speak on Sunday, I asked him at the rally. I asked him to see if I could speak at the reparations conference because that's what I was more passionate about was reparations. He told me he didn't even believe in reparations. He wasn't going to the reparations thing. He was just coming to the march. So that's not even true what he's saying. But, go ahead, brother.
No problem. Hold on for 1 second. Here we go with this internet thing. And so this next part is interesting. Whenever I get it pulled up, hold on. Let me see what's going on. Now we got internet problems all of a sudden.
So while that's buffering, I'm going to get the content of the next part he's going to talk about. So after we got through that discussion, everything was clear. I was like, fuck it, I'm not even worried about it. I asked him to come onto our radio show to promote the march. 1 hour before the march started, he called me and said he couldn't come on our radio show because AJ and Taliba Tunde said that we was coming to the march, they was not coming. And he said he couldn't come on our radio show. So I had to reach out to my chief of staff. We could change the topic of the radio show. We went on and did our radio show. After the radio show, I called Babu back, and he said the problem was that he was worried about violence because Talib and AJ said that if we was to attend the march, they would surround me and my formation with guns, and it would not come out good. I said, so y'all threatening me? Do you allow them to threaten me? And he was like, look, they say they're going to bring a couple hundred people to your 50 people, and they sided with AJ now. So I said, you sided with these niggas that's threatening me. That's what happened. Then he comes and does this video. He the one told me this.
Come on with it with me. You dig what I'm saying? And just because you're a woman, I'll slap the shit out of a fucking woman too. If you put yourself in that goddamn position, I'm not gonna let nobody fucking hurt me. I don't give a damn who it is. So I'm fit.
So wait, we heard that he said he's not gonna. He never threatened Chris Muhammad. He's not gonna slap the woman, but then he turned around and said exactly what he said he wasn't gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
If you go back a little bit further than that, he said he would beat the fuck out of me and slap the shit. You can go back a little bit further.
To fight against fucking neo-Nazism, to fight against all of that fucking isms, man. But you rather fight each other. You rather fight us. You rather fight me. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Or you got to come on with it with me.
But he can say that.
And just because you're a woman, I'll slap the shit out of a fucking woman too. If you put yourself in that goddamn position, I'm not gonna let nobody fucking hurt me. I don't give a damn who it is. So
behind what?
I'm venting early this morning, Babu Omar. I ain't never been.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it, you know. And that video is out there. That's I think that's on his Facebook page. Something like that.
He deleted it. He deleted it off his Facebook page. But when he first posted it, because he has a habit of doing this. He has a habit of making threats and tirades, and then when the people get on him, he takes it down. So we recorded it and made an MP4. So it's on my page and a few other Conrad's page. But he's since then taken it off his page. And Malik Zulu Shabazz was sharing it, talking about Teach. They was all co-signing on it. I never threatened them. They threatened me. I didn't say we're going to sabotage any damn thing.
Yeah.
They the ones that have the problem.
Like I was saying, it's our own people that's doing this type of stuff. You know what I mean? But you know, I come off of a concept of yes, it is white supremacy, but it's more like a white supremacy religion. You know what I'm saying? That any color skin is basically following at this point. You know, so if we look at it as a religion, you know, because even when it comes to Christian or Muslim, it's still a session of white supremacy that's going on in all of these different organizations. So it's gotten to a point where it's its own religion itself. You know what I'm saying? That the music is following, that, you know, the churches or whoever is following. You know what I mean? It's a religion. You know what I mean? So, and so many of us are actually following that type of religion ever since, even right after slavery. You know what I'm saying? We have the mentality of a slave master at this point, where we looking at each other in a way where, like, damn near the races, they don't have to do anything. They just look at us, turn each other apart. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's got
They maintain it. They maintain it. They maintain white supremacy. They don't have to do anything like you say as much. They maintain it. But once they start seeing us waking back up too much, you notice that they start doing the physical work on us. So they do maintain it. And sometimes they got to remind you, hey, you still a nigga. So they maintain it.
Right. And you think
it's more of a culture than a religion? You think it's a culture?
It's a culture.
Right.
It's a culture. Definitely. It's in their DNA. So, you know.
Yeah, and it's gotten to our DNA as well. It's been passed down to us. Well, for some of
No,
us,
it's learn. It's learn. It's not in our DNA. It's learned behavior. There's a difference between you can take a monkey and a monkey will try to mimic a human, but a monkey can never be a monkey. A monkey learn by learned behavior. What black folks doing when they try to copy white supremacy is learned behavior. It's not in our DNA.
Well, I'm
It's
saying
in a
it's
white man's DNA.
like a generational curse type of thing. You know what I mean? So it's carried down. You know what I mean? So if we don't fix it, then those type of things will be carried down, and then we'll act as if we are them. You know what I mean? So if it's not fixed and things like that. So, you know, and I think we all pretty much saying the exact same thing. Krystal, Muhammad, Kendrick, you know, when it comes to just this whole white supremacy piece that we all need to battle in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it comes to our own people, you know, that's supposed to be in the same exact organization. We're supposed to be moving in the same exact direction. For some reason, you know, we stuck in the middle of just fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. I mean, that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? So there's got to be something we can do about it. I know the brother Delta said something about Black August, so basically coming together and just kind of drawing a line, like where you want to be. You want to be over here, or you want to be with righteousness and moving in the right direction and actually fighting this system that we are living in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down for, you know, whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it Black August, I'm down for whatever type of conference that we want to put together. You know what I'm saying? I think we should definitely do that. To draw the line and say, well, what are we doing from here? You know what I'm saying? So we can decide who from who and what from what, and just kind of move on after that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like-minded individuals can move forward, but if you don't know exactly who's like-minded with you, then that could cause a lot of confusion, you know, within your organization. But, you know, I'm gonna leave because, like I said, we've been on here for a minute. I'm gonna leave the last words to you, Krystal, Muhammad, and if you want to pass the mic around, you know, this definitely up to you.
Yes, for Black Power, I want to salute you and thank you, brother OC the Great, for giving us this platform, for having the courage to bring us onto this broadcast. I want to thank King Kendrick, Brother Daren, General Delta, General Rahsaan, General Maireya, General Patrcia, General Katib, all of the comrades who came on, everybody who's been chatting and supporting. I want to say to everybody that's been on that bandwagon of hate, you know, look in the mirror. You know, don't be a part of the bro code. You know, for all of these guys who used to be in our formation to now be posse enough to talk down on the formation that you started in. You know, the work is to deal with all this police brutality. The work is to deal with all the injustice. If y'all spend all that energy that y'all using to hate on me and gonna focus on the damn cracker, then we can get something done. That's what I want to know. When y'all gonna posse up, take all them damn guns without no permit, and go check the damn white man in any of these unjust cases. That's the challenge I put before you. It's case upon case, city upon city. We be there. We be everywhere we can go, as we can afford. There's so many places we'd like to be. The challenge is to take all that energy that you hating on me and my formation and do something greater. You know what I'm saying? It'd be 15, 20 of us against the whole fucking police department and the whole government. State to state, city to city, and we back them down. Imagine if y'all really did a strong demonstration for reparations. And you challenge the system. Not working kids, not getting permission from the government, that would have gave a whole different message. Biden wouldn't have felt so comfortable coming to Tulsa a few days later and giving a fuck you finger to reparations had he not witnessed what we witnessed. But at the same time, I want to close out and say it's 3 victims of the Tulsa massacre that are still alive. And I watched the interview where they said $30 million was raised to host this weekend in Tulsa. $30 million. And they did not receive one thin dime. A reparations conference was held, and it was less than a dozen people in there. The same conference, mind you, it started all this shit with me and Babu now. I felt that the reparations conference would be more important for us to present at than I simply asked them to switch, but they have a problem with women. Clearly. Because I looked at that platform, and you guys look at it. All those brothers was on that platform. You take all of them, add it together. They have not done the work that we have done in this formation. Yet they want to attack this formation. We ask people to critically think about the imagery that is going out. You don't need, I'm going to say for the record, you don't need no permit. You don't need permission, which a permit is. Permission from the government to exercise your right to protest, to demonstrate, to bear arms, to be a free human being. If you want to be a part of the new Black Panther Party under this formation, you can reach us at nbpp.org. N is in new, B is in black, P is in Panther, P is in party. It's nbpp.org. If you believe all of the haters and shit, that's you. But if you're down with true Black liberation, non-compromise, get with us. And I want to salute all of the comrades. Rahsaan, Delta, Daren, Kendrick, OC, Brother Katib, Maireya, Patrcia, and everybody that's been supporting the new Black Panther Party. We give you guys a Black Power salute. And you want to let the other comrades say closing words? It's on you.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Black Power.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead, bro.
It's really a question. Does anybody know if Mayweather knocked the fuck out of Logan?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He lost?
He did.
Went the distance.
No, he won, but it was by points.
Right.
I can't hear you. Oh, we went up against the Mayweather show tonight? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fight tonight?
He didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out, but he didn't knock him out, but he whipped his ass from pillar to post. Black Power.
Okay.
Mayweather, Black Power. Damn, that's a hell of a competition we had tonight.
Right. Anybody else? You know what I mean? Want to have the closing words?
I just want to say I'm glad to meet everybody, man. I already know Sister Krystal. That's my sister, man. Katib, my brother Maireya. Good to meet King Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Brother Daren, good to meet you, brother. You know what I'm saying? And Brother OC, man, it's finally good to meet you too. So I don't know y'all yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get to know y'all real soon. But it's good. It's an honor to be on the show with y'all. Black Power.
Black Power.
Black Power.
No, I can't hear them.
Go on and jump in there real quick. Can everybody hear me?
We can hear it badly. Can y'all hear them good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I can hardly hear anybody. Can the audience hear?
I think so. Let me see.
All right, well, I'm gonna go. It's probably just me. I'm going on mute.
All right.
Okay, Black Power. I mean, definitely major shout out to to everybody involved. Brother Katib, my wife Patrcia, Sister Krystal, Muhammad, Brother Sean. We've all worked together. We've all been working together for many years. Let's bring this counter-revolutionary nonsense to a halt. Also, I want to make a last statement. I look at white supremacy as a spider, and one thing that a spider does is it makes webs all over the place. Now, these webs can be different things like black on black crime. There's certain things that these webs represent. You can't go around attacking the web and focusing on the web, and that spider is still running amok. You got to chop the head off of that spider. You have to kill that spider. And then once you get the webs out of there, we don't have to worry about any more webs, okay? So focus on the spider, and that spider is white supremacy, black power.
Black power. Anybody else?
I just want to say I appreciate y'all letting me come in and talk, man. I think these conversations are needed. I hope we all understand that these conversations are filled with a lot of emotion, a lot of pain, a lot of scars, especially for the people that's older, in this world that's been through this stuff. We all got different sets of circumstances and experience. So when we're speaking on these things, different types of emotions are going to spill out. I just hope nobody takes anything personally and understand people's passion levels are on different levels, because people that been through different things when it comes to white supremacy. People that seen different tactics. And I'm speaking from an angle that y'all might not have ever seen, and y'all speaking from an angle I might not experience. But at the end of the day, I think we need to understand that people are going to be loud sometimes, people are going to be passionate, but it's not, we can't take these conversations personally. We got to learn from it and try to hear out what each individual is saying. Because at the end of the day, I think we all are kind of saying the same thing. We're just saying it 1,000 different ways. And in the midst of us saying what we're saying, we often butt heads, and then we argue. Like, I had the option of leaving this whole chat room if I was a petty person. I could have took what Krystal was saying offensive. You said a few things about me that I know for a fact it's not me. I get you don't understand, but you're speaking from your point of view, what you see about me. But I think we need to understand and allow people to get their point of views and voice their opinions. But at the same time, we voice ours back, and then collectively try to come up with a better understanding of each other and try to come up with a good strategy to actually take on white supremacy, because white supremacy is the threat. White supremacy is the enemy. And we all might look at that enemy and identify it differently. But at the end of the day, we all agree that white supremacy is the number one enemy.
Indeed. White power. Anybody else before we close it out? I guess we all good. All right, so I'm gonna say that it was definitely a beautiful time. You know what I'm saying? That all you brothers and sisters actually came by to speak and really do your thing. You know what I'm saying? So we have to continue these conversations. You know, we have to actually continue, different movements with real people that's not against what we doing in this black struggle. I'm going to say, you know what I'm saying? So, we have to keep pushing forward. We have to keep doing what we got to do, like Malcolm said, by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to continue this conversation just so we can keep moving forward. And I want to say, like I always say, peace to the gods. You know what I'm saying? Black power. And I'm going to go ahead and close this thing out. Yeah, have a great night.
You too, bro. Salute.
Salute. All right.
Yeah. They insured the ships, they paid for the whips, they funded the expeditions, they paid for the trips, and they talk about genocide, they funded our Holocaust, they screaming out Mazel Tov from throwing the Molotov. Hit you in your noggin, now your yarmulke falling off. It's Yahweh or the highway, you'll be dead when the shotty spark. When the shots hit your chest, it'll burn like Bacardi Dark. Return of the Falasha, kill the white Jew imposter, because you lack the matzah to deal with my people proper. Now you gon' have to deal with this bleeping shotgun, the slumlord. The moment you see me, you know you done for. You even see my face on your TV, you better run for it. The evil Hebrew, unequal, you claim to be the chosen people. The wrath of God come to see you. No respect for Israel, you criminals set the colony. You hate me cause I'm speaking the truth. You try to silence me.
I believe in my God and in my gun. And you say, well, you don't really believe in God if you believe in the gun. I believe in God and my gun. And I pray that He will bless you when it's time to shoot.